words that's coming out of your mouth sounds like someone that is defeated.
When next to that sale, everyone rushes in and just pulls it. No, is that already written?
Not at your club, buddy.
No, but bro, when it's...
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you're listening, whatever time you're watching, welcome back to another episode of Podcast Pundits. I am your host, El Estrada, and we got a full house today. Everyone's back in the booth, so straight up, Strives.
Yo, what you say, man? It's your boy Strives. You can call me Striver, representing Arsenal, as you guys already know. And if it's international duty, I'm representing England and Nigeria. And yeah, man, I'm just here to chop it up with my boys.
Yeah, next up, Molly Mo.
Yeah, back, man. Back from nice trip in Athens. Brother, it's baking out there, you know.
Are you in Athens?
Yeah. Last
What are you
week.
saying? You like the motherland, yeah?
Oh yes, Greece is fantastic. Bro.
Motherland.
Yeah.
I thought you're Turkish, bro.
This guy.
Yeah, no, Greece is fantastic, bro. The food is nice, but all you lot have is like
Kebab.
nah. That,
This pod is going to get cancelled.
it's a lot of meats, though. A lot of meats and breads,
No,
but
I know what
meats
you
and
mean.
carbs. Yeah,
Yeah,
but the food is
What's
chili
your
sauce.
What's your main dish?
Yeah, it is basically. Yeah, it's a lot of meat. It's a lot of
Is
meat.
it? Was it? No,
But it's mainly
like
barbecued.
grills, yeah,
In
barbecue.
Greece, is a lot more like almost on like,
grilled stuff. Innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
whereas us back home is more barbecue-esque. Like,
Oh right, okay.
all the time.
in Cyprus?
barbecue. Yeah, it's all
Okay.
the time barbecue.
Yeah, but I'm happy to be back. As I said, it's baking out there. Came back and it's actually
Still
really
good weather.
it's been really hot here as well, innit? So yeah, man,
Yeah.
happy to be here.
Next up, Dre, man.
Yeah, Dre, still here. Still no more signings. It's getting a bit ridiculous, but you already know, avid Man United fan. Yeah, let's just see where we go this season. Let's start pre-season soon.
And finally, fresh from paternity leave, Joey.
Yeah, it's your boy Joey Nomadic, aka Liverpool's #1 fan. Back in the booth, back in the house, ready for the new season, and sporting a fresh classic kit. Old school Steven Gerrard special. I think it's 1990. I want to say 2001, 1999, 2001, maybe.
Hey, what's changed about you, man? Something looks different, bro.
Yeah, I'm putting a bit of weight in it still, bro. Yeah. But yeah, you know, that's how it is. The fatherhood changes you like that still.
Cool. Housekeeping. You can find us on all major platforms. That includes Spotify and Apple. You can watch us on YouTube. You can interact with us on the socials. Strive, what's the socials? Since you do all the work for us. you want to get your credit, right?
Yeah.
He's being shy. You can find us on Instagram, X, and TikTok.
YouTube,
Before the end of this podcast.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. What is it? Well, like,
Yeah,
comment,
like,
subscribe.
yeah, like,
Comment,
subscribe.
yeah.
You put a
Put
bell
the
here.
bell on it, innit?
Before we start, I shared one of the episodes with my work colleague who happens to be Italian. And the first thing he said to me goes, do you know what your name means? I was like, oh, shit. I think it means...
Pundits part, right?
No,
it's all
my
right.
name.
Oh.
So I'll tell him what I thought it meant.
Go on, tell us what do you think it means, bro?
I thought it was road money. Something like that.
Street money.
Street money.
Oh, okay.
Strada.
Yeah. And he goes, no, it means, Della Strada means of the street.
Of the street.
And I'm like, what do you mean? Can that be plural? As if, like, of the street? Because if you use that, that's literally, it's a whole new word. So Della Strada is off the street, and Dalle Strad, which is Dalle, Stride, is from the streets.
From the streets.
Yeah. So one's off the street. So Della Strada is off the street.
So
you're off the
there,
street.
La Strada.
Yeah, I'm off the
Wait,
street.
That's without 2 hours though. That's not 2 hours, is it?
No, it's you.
What,
Oh,
like,
okay.
like a night worker? Oh.
Off the street.
that's rude.
It's off the street. But obviously, it
Chicks
makes,
for hire, yeah?
it makes more sense to be from the streets, but I can't.
No, off
rebrand.
the streets is calm as well, bro.
Yeah, no, but from the streets is a lot better. But the,
Doesn't sound
the
better, though.
rebranding's it does sound better.
No, the
What would the
in
name
Italian
be
it does
if you
sound
was
better.
if you was to become from the streets?
Dalle Strada.
Dalle Strada.
No, man, that sounds more,
Down
that
straight.
sounds more Yoruba.
I'm not saying it properly, but maybe I'm not. It's
Yeah.
Dallestrade.
Oh.
So I was like, no, it's all right. I'll keep it as is.
Where dudes?
But
I didn't even know that was Italian, bro.
no, yeah, it's Italian. Because that's when my brother wanted to do a record label. The
Oh,
It
yeah.
was Dennis Schrader.
Okay.
We all had dreams, boy.
Yeah, I just thought it just had too many syllables, man. I just thought, can't you get a simpler name? But it's caught on now.
That was when we was doing music 2000. Music 2000?
PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation,
Yeah,
old school
yeah.
things, right?
Good days.
MTV Beatmaker.
Yeah, man. Them beats are hard, bro.
And King
Bruv,
Cam
Whose
beats, boy.
beats? What? I remember some Cassidy beats when I went around there.
Well, you know what? Yeah? I personally think I was ahead of my time. And I think with anything, the more you do it, the more you hone your craft.
Of course.
Yeah, you
So
had
I was
the
just
sounds.
like that.
You definitely had the
So
sound still.
therefore, it would have honed in. But all these producers, I guarantee their first tracks was dead.
Yeah, no, if you continue, but I remember your first showcase in your yard in Deptford from your blazer. I remember thinking, yo, man, yeah, this is good stuff, man.
But, hey, but my tracks was
I'm
banging,
like, hey,
you
can we
know?
play computer now? I'm like, shit, I ain't coming for this.
Yeah, keep it
I'm
up, man.
coming to play.
Keep going,
coming
man.
to play pro, man.
So they was like Pro Evo. That's all he wanted.
But okay, cool. Let's focus on why we're actually here. Here to talk football. So let's start off with the Club World Cup. So prior to the match, a lot of the Chelsea guys, they had some stick talk. I think I even posted something in the group whereby I saw from Levi Coa where he said, "Listen, we're not Real Madrid. We're not Inter. PSG can't take us for little boys." And they went out and smashed them 3-0. So, generally speaking, what did you think of the? Let me come to you first, Joe, because you haven't been on the podcast for a while. What do you think of their performance? And bear in mind, PSG have beaten a lot of teams.
Yeah.
And these Chelsea are the Conference League winners.
Yeah.
And of all teams, they literally went out and smashed PSG. So what do you think? One, what do you think of the performance? And two, what do you think they did differently that no other team has done?
Firstly, shout out Levi Colwell because again, like, what's the Spurs manager that's gone?
Poch. Oh, Ange.
Yeah, like Ange. I respect people who say what they're gonna do and then they do it. So he gave the big boy talk and he backed it. The performance was top tier, man, because I found it unbelievable the way they were pressing the press monsters. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then I was saying, okay, cool. Obviously, it's a nice little gimmick. Let's see how long it lasts before PSG breaks through and then they grab the goals. And then Cole Palmer took that shot. There's that shot, the first one he missed, but it was close to the top bins.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Don that was in the group talking about it, and I was like, nah, man, don't worry, man. Like, this is Chelsea, they're dead, man. They're a dead team. They're rusty. PSG will figure them out, or they're going to get tired. Then the chances kept on coming, innit? So, they did incredibly well to put this team that smoked Arsenal,
Not smoked Arsenal. Beat Arsenal.
Smoked Arsenal, bro, man. Because we'll come to that later, but they smoked Arsenal, smoked Liverpool, and smoked Man City.
Real Madrid, Inter.
Exactly, smoked all of these teams. They did well to put them in their place, man.
Were you happy about it? Like,
I wasn't because
me neither.
there's some guy I know called Strabs who put a bet saying, "Oh, if you back
Hey, did you
PSG
do
versus
that?
Chelsea and
Did
PSG
you do
versus
that, yeah?
Tottenham, you win loads of money."
Hey, did you do
Like
that?
a fool, bro. Like a fool.
Hey,
I
I
backed it.
forgot to do it still. Sorry about that, man.
Do you know what happened? You said it, and then I went into my bet. I want to see what the odds are, innit?
Yeah.
Then I saw like there was just random money sitting in the pot, innit? So I
Yeah.
thought, yeah, fuck it, let me just put that on it.
Wow,
man.
right? You would have thought that was a freaking sure thing.
Banker,
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
But yeah, the performance was good, man. Obviously, when you got the new Caicedo, because obviously last season he was a bit dusty, but you needed time
Second
to
half
bed in.
Last
Right.
season,
Yeah.
as in not the season that's just finished.
No, the season before. Yeah. So when you got him sitting there, and then you've obviously got the new tactics that Maresca's put in place in terms of them pressing, they just looked far superior to PSG, and the way they neutralized Mendes looked like he was just trying way too much, and they just neutralized him, man. It was actually sad to see, man. And then obviously I'm thinking what Mendes has done to all of the best right wingers in the world and in Europe. They're thinking, rah, bro, like that's all you had to do.
But interesting, so all the guys that he's had good games against, they were like out and out wingers, essentially. But wasn't it Cole Palmer that was playing on the right?
Yeah, we're pretty much playing in the centre.
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
He gives you something to think about.
But-
Whereby if you're playing like a Saka or...
You think
or
Saka's
other
an out and out winger?
No, but what I'm saying,
Yeah, I think
but what
way
I mean,
more than...
But he's gonna hold the flank a lot more than...
Yeah.
Cole Palmer, who's always
Palmer.
going to come centrally. So that gives you something to think about now. That if you come in centrally, then you got your overlap.
But yeah, but why would Cole Palmer? Why would Mendes be tasked with Cole Palmer if you know that he's a drifter?
No, but bruv, that's the tactic. That
Yeah, exactly. So
Think
obviously, that why I respect it is because Maresca respected Luis Enrique, but Luis Enrique didn't respect Maresca.
I think maybe he just didn't adapt, or he didn't tweak it in game quick enough.
I think Enrique probably approached the game thinking that our plan A is so good that it doesn't matter what these guys want to do.
Which it is.
It usually is,
Yeah,
but Maresca, he figured it out. Like
He did.
because Chelsea haven't set up like that before. Because
Palmer hasn't played there for a while.
and James was DM. With Casado, and when I saw that, I was like, oh right, okay. They're
where's
obviously
Enzo
trying to
playing?
neutralise the.
Where was who? Sorry,
Enzo playing.
Enzo was. I think he was like
10.
yeah. But why it was good is because sorry, what's the right back called again? The young French guy.
Takimi.
Gusto.
Gusto, yeah, Malo Gusto was obviously had loads of space.
Yeah, that's exactly.
on the right hand side as well, man. But so Reece James was the deep line playmaker, and Caicedo was the sitter. And if you got that good balance, bro, man, it's always gonna be something to behold, man.
That is actually interesting because everyone thought PSG were able to replicate this again.
Yeah.
In the Champions League next season. But then all you now need is now Maresca said, okay, you know what, I'm not going to play out on that winger. I'll play a technical 10. So now Mendes, what are you going to do? You're going to come in. If you come in, I've got someone bumming on. If you don't come in, then you got Enzo and Palmer, 2 10s playing in central position. Then, okay, your centre back's going to come up, but I've got João Pedro there. So this gives the manager something to think about, and who knows.
Against Arsenal, though, PSG set up different. Like Mendes. So, for instance,
He just didn't attack.
Yeah, he didn't. It didn't
No,
attack
but that was because Arsenal didn't allow him to attack.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. And I think that's why I say I think he. To your point, I don't think he rated Chelsea enough to say, all right, we're gonna be disciplined in our approach. See, they were just gong ho, bro. There was times where I seen Hakimi alongside Dembele. Dembele was everywhere.
Yeah.
But now that that's happened, he will adjust because when we beat them, he adjusted.
Yeah.
When you beat PSG the first time.
Yeah.
But I also think it's the time of year. Like they've obviously done their thing and they're on their probably like 75th game of the season.
I was going to say that.
Chelsea in the same position as well, though, right?
Chelsea in the same position, but
I'm just saying it's different because Chelsea were playing in the Conference League.
Yeah,
so
the intensity, they rested them.
no, but even because they have, regardless, they played similar amount of games. But what I will say is that obviously PSG's hunger will be a bit different to Chelsea's hunger because Chelsea are kind of trying to prove something, whereas PSG have. Like,
I heard that, but PSG, they're trying to like complete the whole everything.
they're true,
So I think they both wanted it just as bad.
No, I think that they both wanted it, but again, sorry, obviously I haven't been there for a while. My opinion of this competition is that a lot of people will take it, but a lot of teams won't die for it.
But I think,
Whereas a lot of teams are dying for Champions League.
But when you're in the final, I think it's everybody wants it.
Goes
And
out.
once you're there,
I think teams will die for it.
No,
Just because of the financial reward of it.
But you're talking about football players. Your football players aren't going to die for financial reward because they're financially rewarded.
Not like this, bro. This.
But I hear what Jules is saying. He said the club is going to get the money, but the players on the pitch.
But ultimately, as players, if you're in the final, if you're in the final, you're getting all out.
Yeah, no, but then pre-season friendly trophies are trophies and they're finals as well. But people don't go.
It's a bit different.
What's the difference? No. Sorry. Tell me what the difference is. No, but what's the actual difference?
I'll probably say the investment, the eyes on it as well.
Bro,
the singing.
There's more eyes.
Did you not like the singing, bro?
I'm not gonna lie, I muted it at half time. But what I will say is, obviously there's more eyes on it because they've invested so much money. But that's the only difference, bro, because there's no prestige behind this tournament.
Not yet.
No, exactly.
Yeah, not
exactly.
Yet,
and then you have to bear in mind the teams that were selected for it. My team and your team are wondering, bro, why? Well, not your team. My team's wondering why aren't we there or why haven't we been invited, isn't it? So this is maybe
for the listeners.
Maybe the next one where it actually has like the current champions, that it will be something more. But for me, I think like if you're a PSG and you've just won the Champions League and you've lost this, I'm not giving a shit. Maybe the chairman, what's it, Nasser Al Khalifa?
No, they care, man. They care.
Yeah, he cared.
Bro,
after the game, you can tell alone that they care.
Bro,
Enrique slapping players on the pitch.
No, because they got slapped up 3-0, bro. That's
Yeah,
different.
that-
That's different. Like Real Madrid, they didn't care, but they cared that they got bang up. Do you know what I mean? Because they got embarrassed. And PSG, everybody was hyping PSG.
Yeah.
I put money on them. I'm the biggest loser.
Yeah.
here.
Everyone thought it was a shirt.
I always measure the how serious a tournament is by the measure of the yellow cards, and the way people were getting booked in this tournament alone showed that every player was they cared about this. It was this tournament was maybe not to us as the viewers, but definitely for the players that were playing in it. It was a big deal, and I think because it wasn't probably viewed by us as a big deal, that's why they pumped so much money in it. So obviously the halftime show, it was dead, but like they're trying to make it like a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so I think eventually it will get to something probably more serious.
It's the inaugural one, isn't it? It's going to be teething problems, isn't it? So I'm not mad at all of that and the theatrics, but in terms of like again, just going back to the players, obviously like when you're out there and it's a 0-0, you're battling, it's intense and you're doing your thing in it. You come out at 3-0 down, you're going to try again in it and you're going to try and win because you're professional. But I'm just saying, because you said something about the amount of money that's on at stake. You're not going to motivate the players by the amount of money. You're going to motivate the players by the prestigiousness of winning this tournament because the money's going to the club in it, and maybe they might give them a bit of bonus. But what's a 300k bonus or 1 million bonus when you're already on that?
I think the players do actually care. I think personally, once you're in the
Professionally,
final, once you're in the finals, but maybe to begin with, but when you're in the final,
Especially
nobody wants to lose.
PSG, like we said on that run, and then they got one more game after it. They were probably trying to complete.
Yeah, but complete what though?
But like you said,
the
I
holy
think
grail
it's
for
taking its
PSG
toll.
was the Champions League, man.
But Champions League and plus the World, if they won the World Cup,
Yeah, but that's not really a grail though, innit?
But at least they would have been the first, not the first, but in this
I can't
iteration.
This is the first ever of its kind, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's every 4 years. Obviously the money involved in it, and the cup is sick as well. Like
bro,
like
wham.
Nah, it is, man.
No, but because Europa Conference League trophy is sick as well, bro. Like all these trophies are sick nowadays, bro. But it was moving. I was like, nah, this is
before we get
childish, bro.
Before we get to the cup, let's just talk about obviously Cole Palmer, who 2 goals and 1 assist. Strive, was it last week? He was talking about. We're not going to do the whole Saka Palmer debate. No, we don't need to.
No. I thought you didn't want to do it maybe to spare me or Strad, but if you wanted to, we could.
No, it's not. But we don't need to. Obviously,
you live to fight another day.
He had a very good first half of the season, and then it tailed off. But essentially, I just want to talk about just Cole Palmer as a player, and I think there's some games he doesn't show up in the Prem sometimes. But if you look at big games, I've got on here in terms of like in the final. Community Shield, he scored against Arsenal for Man City. Super Cup, scored against Sevilla. Euros, scored when he came on for the equaliser. Conference League, 2 assists. World Cup, 2 goals, 1 assist. What do you think of, putting Saka aside, what do you think of Cole Palmer as a player?
No, I think Cole Palmer is, I actually think he's a superb player. I think he's class, man. I don't know if he's world class. He's on his way to being world class. But I think he's class. My gripe with Cole Palmer was the same with Foden. I didn't want to have it with Cole Palmer. It was purely because my allegiance to Bukayo Saka. But I think when it comes to players like Cole Palmer, he took like 6 months off in the season. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what was going on in terms of his goals or assists, but his performances was still top level. Like, he was still. You could still see what he brings to the team. You can see why Chelsea are building the team around Cole Palmer. And funny enough, I was in the podcast Pundits comments on social media, and someone said, Zest actually, he said out of all the Chelsea players, the only player that probably isn't expendable is probably Cole Palmer, and I make him right there. Like everyone can be up for sale at any moment's notice.
Even Caicedo, do you think?
Not Caicedo.
Maybe it's not Caicedo now. Yeah. But Cole Palmer is just one of those guys, and I think it's quite deserved, man. I think he's a top player, man. I think with he's still young, and I think there is going to be times where as people start figuring him out, he's going to have to adapt his game. He's going to have more difficult games where he can't express himself like that. And I think that's to be said. But I think there's a lot that can be said for somebody that, irrespective of knowing that you're probably the main guy in your team and other teams are going to prepare for you as the main guy, when it actually, when I say actually, it always matters, but when it really matters, when you've got to, play for that badge, when you've got to put the club on your back, he's continuously doing it, and that is the mark of a great and a big player. So yeah, man, nothing but respect to Cole Palmer, man. So like, it was lonely for Saka. Saka was the only one that got the better of Mendes, innit? So it was nice to have someone else join the club. You know what I mean?
But do you think
do
you think Palmer had a lot of time on the ball? When I was watching it, like PSG, they're normally quite tight.
Yeah.
And Palmer, for me, had a lot of time on the ball. Now, don't get me wrong, he made a lot of the space as well. But against PSG, it's not normally what I would expect.
Yeah, no. 100%.
But it's funny to what we said in the beginning, whereby the way he was playing in that position, drifting in, it's like, who's going to mark him?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think they knew how to handle him. It's almost like he drifted in, but then they almost lost that he was there.
I think they were just so bombarded and so like there was that element of surprise, what was happening. And then Caicedo was not letting anything loose in that middle. He was like, it was like, oh, that's why Arsenal was in for you. Oh, that's why Liverpool was in for you.
He's dope.
Man United first though. Sure,
Yeah, Man United don't count nowadays.
Oh, what? Yeah. You said before he went to Brighton.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This is why we're idiots, because we could have got him for 5 million, but we turned it. Decided we didn't want him. Which is
Where was he at? Wigan?
no, he was in
Colombia.
Colombia.
okay.
Ecuador.
Is Ecuador?
I think it's Ecuador.
Ecuadorian. I don't know. Is
He was in South
Ecuador,
America. He just wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't in Europe. But yeah, we turned him down. Not turned him down. We didn't follow through for the deal, which is stupid.
But yeah, I think, even in watching that game, it was, what it reminded me of? It reminded me of a couple of weeks back when we had Mess on the podcast, and I was saying that, look, Chelsea are looking to displace the top teams.
Deal, man.
Yeah,
somebody's going to take it.
Yeah,
Dark
I'll say,
horses or...
No, not even dark horses anymore, bro. Because I think we're going to see a lot of them in the Champions League.
No, I think they are still dark horses. I wouldn't put think people would put them as like a immediate title challengers just because you see their goalkeeper Sanchez. He has moments where he looks absolutely incredible, but then just like yesterday, he has moments where it's just like I don't know, he just loses his mind. And
did he do a madness
I thought he
yesterday?
played well yesterday.
He had a mistake in the game that could have led to a goal, and it's like, why you like this when they're 3-0 up? It's like, why are you doing this?
But just in terms of their financial outlay, obviously because they've been doing it for a while now, but this is the third year of this crazy financial outlay. They're refining what they're spending on.
They're getting it right, man.
Well,
I say they're getting it right.
Starting to.
They're doing so much that it ultimately you have to get it right eventually because they've got. And I know the ones that they don't get right, like for instance, like Madueke, they'll just sell to
Exactly,
Arsenal.
bro.
Can you chill out? Because you definitely finance Chelsea more than Arsenal do.
No, that's not true.
Manchester
Oh,
United.
come on.
No, that's not true.
100%. Yes, it is.
That's not true.
Factually.
Go on.
Do you want to be a bucket quickly?
Actually, Mata, Mason Mount.
Stops there.
No, it doesn't stop there.
Matt was a good signing, but go on.
No, but I'm not. I'm just saying.
Vidic.
No, Vidic wasn't from Chelsea.
No, but there's more. I'm having a brain freeze at the moment.
There isn't more.
Sorry, not Vidic. I meant Matic, not Vidic. Sorry.
Oh, Matic.
Okay,
That's probably the last one. But they're all
That's
decent.
free.
No, but then,
Hey,
but whether it's free or not, the
No,
amounts
you're
that
struggling,
you paid
bro.
for them.
You're
I'm
struggling.
not.
You can't say
I'm
whether it's
actually
free.
not.
You've done way
I'm
more.
saying whether it's free people or free or four. We've done more. We've bought more players.
But you
But
think
you spent more money on Chelsea players than we have. You bankrolled
Mount
them.
60 M's.
And Mata was pretty high.
Like 50, I think.
Mata was probably about 50, and then
yeah.
Matic would have been like 20 or something.
No,
Yeah.
and there's
And
probably
you've
more.
got
Trust me, you spent
William,
way more.
Havertz.
William was free.
William was free.
Havertz
Havertz was
60.
60.
Petr Cech was free.
Peter Cech, yeah, bro. We don't spend much on these
Yeah.
players.
We'll do the numbers.
You've bankrolled Chelsea more
But the
than
thing is,
us.
Havertz was how much, sorry?
60, but I think
60,
Havertz,
65.
Madueke,
60.
Jorginho.
60.
65.
It's
Jorginho
probably
No,
was
around
free.
it's 60
Yeah.
because it's
Right.
5 million add-ons, and I don't know what we're adding on for. We ain't won anything.
Yeah, but
So
he's hit the
60.
target.
Get outside the comments, innit?
60.
Appearance.
No, but I'm telling you,
Appearance clause.
Manchester United 100% have bankrolled Chelsea more than Arsenal have.
I don't think so.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I think it's funny
but
balance
anyway,
based on what you
this,
just said,
at the end of the
'cause
day,
there's
this
some
is
Let's just admit that
an
Chelsea are
argument. This is
good
an
at
argument
selling
for
as well
bums,
as
isn't
buying,
it?
man.
Thank you. This is where I'm at.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Chelsea have just they've refined their model to they're spending so much, but they're just great sellers.
Exactly.
Like anytime I read about Chelsea, they're selling their players at a good rate.
But they're not like net spend. Their net spend isn't great though. It's still high. Their net spend is still high.
I thought it's reasonable, no?
No, it's still high, bro.
They
What,
spend it on the
before
buyout.
Bodie
That's
came in,
the
it
model.
was low, no?
Well, I don't. I'm talking about now in terms of
Yeah,
they've been
I
doing
think
these
before
big
Bodie,
spend-
obviously
But
Bodie
yeah, but
came
I'm
in
saying the
and
net spend is still high, so I don't know how much credence you'll give to that.
I mean, I've seen 1.4 billion. It must have been, but
No, that's not net though. I think that's how
That's
much
total.
total.
Yeah, so then in terms of net, then what would it be then? Like, because
it could be like anywhere between like 400, anywhere between 0 and 1 billion, isn't it?
yeah, no, I'm with you there. Like, I mean, I don't know the figures exactly, but all I
But
know
it's still
is
good stock though, man. When you think the prices they're selling them for, man.
I don't know, man.
I
I don't know. I think it's
they're
just
doing all right.
I think after a while,
Yeah.
you as a billionaire owners, and you don't have that amount of money for being stupid. Like,
Of course,
you get what I'm saying. So eventually, a smart group of money men are gonna eventually start getting it right, and I think we're starting to see that because their acquisitions are getting a bit smarter. Their performances are getting a bit better. Their accolades are getting a bit
Yeah, they
better.
got prize money
You get what
as
I'm
well.
saying? And then this Maresca, they're being a bit smart because Maresca was managing Leeds in the Championship.
Leicester.
Leicester, sorry, my bad. We're in the Championship, and he's now at
It was,
Chelsea.
it was still a gamble, though.
It was a gamble, but what I'm trying to say is their risks are becoming a little bit more calculated. It's not just throw money at it; they're actually thinking about some of these things.
But
They are throwing money at it.
Yeah.
Obviously,
of
they've
course,
got money to throw.
but it's you're throwing money at it, but there's also fault.
There's a strategy.
no, but
Yeah,
are you
there's-
sure?
thank you.
Are
There's-
you
No, because
sure
there's a lot
though?
of players that's
Yeah, are
probably
you sure?
service the requirements right now, but that's because they've got so much money. Because you've got they're back for Badishile,
But
the one
yeah,
I was at
Disassi.
Disassi.
Keenan Dewsbury Halls, all of these guys are. They
But
need
for
to get
even,
out of
um,
loan.
But they've sold. Sassy was sold, no?
No, he's still there, bro.
Still there. They got
Dewsbury Hall's
João
on the bench
Felix.
yesterday.
They got Raheem Sterling still
No,
there.
he was on loan.
Yeah,
Was
but
it alone? Okay.
Raheem Sterling's one is because of his wages.
No, what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
as you said, that they've
Yeah.
spent a lot,
Yeah,
and some of these
yeah.
players are still on their books.
Yeah, but
but
yeah.
some clubs can't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, of course, but then exactly they have got
They've
that
done-
liberty.
they've done a scattergun approach. It is a scattergun
But what we're
approach,
seeing
man.
though is as the years have gone by, the players that you man are mentioning now are probably the
The
guys
surplus requirements.
the guys that at
The
the,
initial,
beginning.
yeah.
Yeah. So now the
But
business.
bear
that
in mind, isn't this Bowley's second season?
Third.
Third.
Yeah. It's his third. And you have to say, like, so
And it's
Keenan Dewsbury Hall was signed last season. So you can't just say, like, the guys we're talking about for the first guys, they're going to sign rubbish because they're doing the scattergun approach.
And at some point, you're gonna get it right.
if you shoot a shotgun on the wall, you're going to find a pattern in there somewhere. It's like some of these players are going to have to be good.
I've never heard that before. Is that new?
Come on. I worked at that with my daughter.
Before we get sidetracked, I think someone mentioned about the trophy,
Yeah.
and obviously they did the trophy lift, and of course Donald Trump can't be overshadowed. What do you think of that incident?
Go to him. This is his guy. His
Go on,
guy.
Joey.
Yeah. Go to
Joey.
Joey, bro.
Speak on it.
That boy good. No, man. Like, obviously, listen. My thing about FIFA, they're corrupt. They're all crooks. They're all bums, whatever. This guy doesn't rate them. He don't rate them, and he's like, let me come and steal the shine, bro. And I rate it, bro, man. So,
No, he's trying to say to them,
Yeah.
do you know who I am?
bro, like,
Who
it's my
telling
country.
To move? Yeah.
I was saying to MJ, this is his country. MJ's like, it's not his country.
It's not his country, bro.
Whose country is it?
Bro, it's not his, bro.
Whose country is it? If you're bad, say what you said to me.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. We got me in the corner there.
It's his country. It's his country, bro. So he's like, if you're gonna come to my country, you're gonna wear this jacket. Like we made Messi wear this jacket for the World Cup when he won it, innit? Like, you play by my rules, innit? So it's like Saudi did it. Let me do my thing.
Bro, the maddest thing was that the FIFA president was so mad that he actually went and then celebrated with him as well.
No, he
No, he
didn't.
tried to pull
He's
him.
trying to get him off the stage.
Trying to
Yeah.
pull him.
he
No,
does.
but I'm saying he
blended
stayed
in. He
there.
tried to blend in.
No, but he stayed there, bro. He tried to get him off. Trump weren't coming off, and then he was like,
Pulled him to the back.
Yeah.
It was mad is I didn't even realize all that was happening until the pictures was taken. I just
Really?
thought, I thought Trump was meant to be because I thought you see like Joey said bro it's his country, he does what he wants.
yeah, literally.
Who gonna stop me?
Yeah, who's gonna
literally.
stop him? So it's only when I'm, like when you're watching it after the fact and I'm seeing the images and I'm seeing the Cole Palmer guy. What the fuck's he doing?
Yeah, literally,
or whatever
that
it
was
is
so funny.
he mouthed. I'm seeing Trump just having a whale of a time with zero awareness, moving like pleaser. Pleaser. Yeah, man. I'm thinking, yeah, man. Like, oh man, sick, man.
Do you think he could do that at the World Cup?
Yeah,
Why
in
not?
America, well, of course, bro.
Yeah,
why not?
who's gonna stop him?
Yeah, they might try to put safeguards in
Yeah,
place.
I was gonna
Right,
say,
but
now they know what he's capable of.
Bro, I think Secret Service would just clear a path.
Exactly. Whatever
Hey,
they
Cole
put in-
Palmer might not even be
whatever they-
allowed to leave the country, bro.
Well,
you know?
whatever they put in place, he will find a way to veto it, bro.
Yeah, he just doesn't care.
He does not care.
No
That
shitty,
is
bro.
that thing,
No
bro.
shitty, man.
Yeah. I rate him for
Cool.
that.
Let's come back to the country.
Just before you go into that, can I just also say John Obi Mikel is probably the most annoying presenter.
He's so
Bruv.
I like him, man.
He's up there. He's up there.
I like him, man. I like him,
He's
man.
up there with Michael Owen as one of the most annoying.
No,
bro.
Why? Because of his accent? Because you don't know where he's from.
Who? John Obi Mikel? Yeah. I mean, I don't know how
He's
many
definitely
accents
from the same area I'm from.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know. From hearing him talk. But nah, he's just the way he analyzes the game. You know what? You can tell he's an avid Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's what annoys me about him.
Yeah,
I don't know,
worse.
but he's just so agile.
But is that one? You know the Chelsea fans back home in Nigeria, bro.
Yeah.
He's one of those
You
guys.
above,
bro,
he epitomised them.
Yeah.
You know, like the guest from last week, Mike Malone, and he was talking about his dad. That's probably what his dad would be on. Him and John Obi Mikel.
Cool. Let's come back into the country. So, new Premiership rules. I think they're going to make 3 broadcasting changes. One is the interviewing players at halftime, players or coach, interviewing substitutes, and the third one is having broadcast access in the change rooms. So,
Mad.
what do
Some
you
of them
think
are
about
right. I think some of them are right. I think,
Obviously, you watch American sports, innit?
Yeah.
So they already do that. So
so they'll talk to substitutes before they go on the pitch. They'll have the teams that are playing against each other. They'll might get the captains to talk to each other at one time. So some of them they're obviously trying to make it like a hella American. I think some of them will work. Some of them are just like. I think England is pretty dry.
I don't think our media can handle it.
Yeah, that's what I think we're too.
But do you think
too dry?
Don't you think the players they'll probably walk themselves down anyway?
Yeah, because of our media.
Yeah.
As in, like, imagine, like the authentic expression on a subs bench. They can't. You can't, like, you lose that now. It's almost like, boy, dare I say it, man? It might even, like, in terms of like the mental health dilapidation. You might exacerbate it because you're gonna be like, you can't even express yourself now because there's a camera on you. And if you do, and if you dare to, and you be like, "F it, I'm just gonna express myself." Like, imagine a Cristiano Ronaldo outburst when he was at Manchester United, and you get to see all that. Wow, them tabloids will have a.
But are you
field
talking
day
about
with
the
it.
access to the change rooms or the interviews?
You're talking about the interviews, isn't it?
In the interviews?
Yeah, but that's not even. It's not even the media, bro. It's the actual FA, bro. Because obviously the referees are gonna make dumb mistakes, and if you can't be vocal and be honest about it. Whilst it's happening, forget about after the game when you've had some time to cool down. Whilst it's happening, you're going to get fined for saying something you shouldn't say.
Exactly.
So what am I even doing it for? But sorry, it's just something that you were saying in terms of England's a bit dry. I don't think it's dry. It's just that England has a style and America has a style.
Tolerated.
Yeah,
It's
because
more private, man.
bro, like even you know when you like you go to you lot been to Jamaica. You've been to Jamaica or Nigeria, bro. Everybody in Jamaica, Nigeria, you talk to, they got character. Everyone's a superstar. But then you go to some other countries, I don't want to say them, and then it's just dead. There's no vibe there. England's just this country where England's England, innit? And America's America. You're trying to make English people be like American people and be entertaining.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you
they have, but they're gonna suppress it because that's what England does.
But that's what I mean. England is dry. Just like the environment of being around different kind of pundits. Like you can't express yourself because I think you look at like someone like Ola Aina, like you can see that he's a character, and I wouldn't even pretend to think that like the other players ain't like that. But they won't express themselves as much because for fear of just getting buried in the media.
Respect to BT, they tried to nurture that. They tried to nurture that.
CBS is a good example. Carragher, you never see that kind of Carragher.
But what I will say is that when I watch American sports, I sometimes watch American sports for that. When I watch English sports, I don't watch English sports for that.
But they think they're trying to get.
But you don't watch English sports for that because it's not available. But if it was available, you probably would watch it for that as well as the other
maybe.
things you watch.
Yeah. It's like the Club World Cup kind of thing. Obviously, right now it ain't a thing, but if it is a thing, I'm gonna enjoy it.
But is it going to be a bit mad though if you pull someone off at half time or they have a bad challenge, a red card, and they're like, "Oh, I got an interview with you, bro"? You'll be like, "What the hell?"
I think they might be a bit more careful in their selection of players. If you just received a red card,
but you know how mad our media is.
No, but they don't interview red card players when after the game.
No.
So they won't. They definitely wouldn't.
It would just be substitutes, and they said the substitution would be like after they've calmed down, after they cool down.
Well, let's just say someone's been hooked off at half time.
Garnacho.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Or someone, bruv, anyone. Any player you can
He's
think
not, but I'm saying, Garnacho is always pissed.
Oh,
Exactly. So like,
Imagine him
Darwin
them going
Núñez.
to interview him. He'd be like, "What the hell? Like, get out of my face."
It could be great content.
Yeah.
But the issue is why I wonder whether England will take to it properly is, can you handle
the backlash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And can you
exactly.
even handle like people being their authentic selves? Like,
Yeah.
funny enough, like even in the group chats earlier when Della was getting at me because I was like cussing on Madueke for being at wireless.
Yeah, that's exactly that.
Yeah. It's like, why can't he go to wireless, really?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like he's left Chelsea. He looks like he's about to sign for Arsenal. He's doing his medical.
I'll tell you why. No, joke.
Yeah, but why can't he? Like, why can't Rashford do all these things? Why can't they go to an NBA game? Why can't they have all these jewels on their neck? Why can't they enjoy White Vibes Cartel? And you know what I mean? And why can't we just enjoy that and know that they're still gonna deliver in their professions to the best of their ability? Why can't they do that? But we have been conditioned, or it's been like they're vilified so much. Now even me, when I was doing like I was like doing tongue in cheek, yeah. But ultimately, there's truth in jest as well. I'm just like, oh right, so Aubameyang part 2, yeah, it's coming to Arsenal, because I know that although that's our culture, we can do that. We can get lit and then still work and be, at the top of our game. We all do that every single day.
Yeah.
But you know that some people just don't like that. My gaffer doesn't like that. The English media don't like that. So now you want to put a camera in people's faces and a microphone.
More cameras, yeah.
More cameras, and say, yo, let's microphone the very thing that makes you who you are. But we don't really like that too much. We don't like when you're that kind of bossy, so to speak. I don't know that England's gonna take to it. I just think it's gonna.
Does it depend on the type of game as well, though?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
There's high stakes in it.
I mean, let me think of something
I'm
that
here
we
for it,
can.
man. After that sales
relatable.
pitch you just did, I'm
Yeah,
here for it now, bro.
It's a content game, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's a content game, and CBS is probably a great example in the sense that you see like Micah Richards, you see Carragher when they're
Henry
for,
as well.
for BT,
And they
Sports
unlock these footballers' real characters.
Yeah,
But you need the
it's
right
like
people, though.
Yeah,
Like-
of course, yeah, for sure. Rio's left BT Sports, isn't it?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
gone.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
gone.
Sick.
Yeah. What are you going to say, Stravs?
No, I was gonna say like a microcosm.
Microcosm.
Yeah, of it was Miles Lewis Skelly celebration when they get back for Haaland. Look at how we reacted as a nation. I say we, as in just because I live in England, I didn't react like that. But look at how we as a nation reacted to that. And you think you want to put a camera and a microphone in these players' faces and want them to be their authentic selves?
Remember when Madueke said that Tottenham? No, we said something about this FA Cup team that they were playing.
Was it FA Cup team when he went to Wolves?
No, I think it was the FA Cup team, and he said something about the area. Maybe it was
No, it was Wolves.
It was Wolves. Yeah,
After
he
he
said,
scored a hat-trick as well.
he said this area shit or
Yeah,
something like that.
on social media, and
Yeah,
they came
yeah.
for him.
Who said that, Madueke?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I feel like Arteta's pressed the self-destruct button by signing this guy.
Is
bro.
it-
I don't
It's
think so.
interesting, though.
We'll get into transition.
Yeah, but I was going to say as well, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day, ITV used to do like a little bit of halftime talk with the managers for Champions League back in the day. I don't know if
Oh,
you
okay.
remember.
I know they do it in the FA Cup sometimes. They
Yeah,
talk to the bench
so
as well.
that's not new. We only used to get like quick snippets. Be like,
No, but
it was back in
even
the
at
day.
half time, like, I need to go and do my team talk. As
Yeah,
the
I think
manager,
it was.
know.
I think it's as they're literally coming out for the
Yeah,
second half.
after the
So just
team.
a quick, obviously they're not going to really explain tactics to you, but it'd just be like, yeah, I need the boys to go back out there and just, you know what I mean, like press more and like do this and do that. And like literally, I think it was like a quick, it's so rare for you to see even on Champions League now, they wouldn't do it. But back in the day, they did it.
Yeah.
So I remember Fergie doing quick ones before that. He used to come out quickly.
Yeah, and they
sometimes
said
on
on
Champions
the
League.
dressing room cameras, there's not
yeah.
going to be no tactics. You're not going to see any of that. You're just going to
So
see
what bit do you see?
I think you just see people sitting down. Fucking.
Oh, is it more like a spy cam? In the
Yeah,
corner or
yeah,
something
kind
like
of,
that?
yeah.
So you won't hear what people are saying.
You're not going to.
Probably not.
They won't film it while they're doing tactics. I think they'll probably.
But you
get
don't know
a feed.
when I'm going to do tactics.
No, there's always cameras in the changing rooms. There's always cameras in there, so they know what's going on.
Yeah.
And
Guys,
then
I'll
they'll
be
probably.
honest, a lot of it won't be live anyway. You'll think it is.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
won't be.
100%.
They would have watched it at least 20 times.
If
before.
they're
That's
swearing
the
as
10
well.
seconds
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
using.
you
So
Yeah.
trust me.
And loop it as well. Bro.
Yeah.
It might
So
be interesting.
overall, do you think it'll be a
So what was
success
it?
or
It
not?
was
Half-time interviews
yeah.
with players or coach, interviews with substitutes, and access to the dressing room. But apparently, reportedly, it's one per game. Like you can choose which one, each team will choose what they want to do per game.
Oh, okay.
So it's not going to be all four. Yeah.
Okay.
Reportedly.
Yeah, okay. Are they bringing the ref camera as well? Because that was sick.
It's not confirmed.
Yeah, they need to bring that, bro. That was
good
hard.
in the World Cup.
Yeah, I like that, man. That was great.
World Cup, that was good.
What they should do is bloody interview referees after the game.
No, we don't want to give them.
No, we did. They need to explain themselves, man.
Start doing even more crazier stuff, bro. Just do
I
the
think
job, bro.
by them doing it that way, because we need to understand sometimes your decision making.
Accountability, yeah.
But what I will say, if you are a good ref, you do deserve a bit of a.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of videos of like when they were doing it in the Aussie League, when the referees are like mic'd up throughout the game.
And football, soccer.
Yeah, football, yeah. Soccer.
I think he came from there as well. Jared Gillett, and I think he's probably the best referee in the Premier League now as well.
Proper relationship with the players, and like it's good.
I'll
share in the group. It's good, man. It's good.
It'll be interesting. I think they just want more buck for their money because obviously they're paying all this money now for all these rights. So they're like, why are we not getting more from you? Like we pay you so much. So
content. But yeah, we started talking about it, so let's get into the transfer updates. A couple of weeks ago, Strive, you were upset that your team wasn't making any signings. Fast forward 2 or 3 weeks, they've done some business. What do you think of the transfer window so far?
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't think of the transfer window so far. Yeah, I mean, I felt that Arsenal needed to make quite a few signings, so it's quite encouraging. So I want to try and be positive because I feel like there's I think there's this narrative going around that I'm not positive about Arsenal for whatever reasons. I'm going to try and be as positive about this as I can do, and I think like I have said on previous episodes that I think Arsenal probably need 6-7 players or so. Which almost feels like a rebuild. And we are on the cusp of maybe making 6 signings, potentially. So it's like, so the club might be a bit aware. So that's a positive. Now, the signings that are being made are probably the ones where my own fans will probably say I'm not so positive because I'm just very, very like ambitious. What I mean by that is like I strive for the best in it. Like it's probably in the name Striver. Yeah. So if I've identified that we need to replace our 2 centre mids. When we are replacing them, I want to replace them with like for like or better. I think Zubimendi ticks that box. Norgard, I wasn't too sure. I can understand his metrics. I can see what he brings as a Premier League proven central defensive midfielder that has played for Brentford. I understand that his game was different at Brentford and his game will be different for Arsenal. What I don't know is how it will translate for Arsenal because I haven't got to see him at a top club like that. And even at international duty, it's not like he plays for a dope international side. So I've never kind of seen what he might look like in an Arsenal side. So I'm just like, why would you go for that profile? So, there's a little bit of skepticism there. When it comes to Mosquera, the depth, I'm like, okay, cool. Tomiyasu's gone out the door. Mosquera, decent. That's, you can't really complain. Is it a priority area? No, like I've said in the previous weeks, where I know I got pushback on it. Timber is a versatile player where he can play right back, he can play left back, he can play centre half. Ben White's the same. So, I mean, these guys could have obviously done that, but Mosquera coming in, that's not a bad thing. Now, what is it? Noni Madueke, I was not happy about Noni Madueke. I'll keep it a buck with everybody here.
What are you not happy about?
I just think like, we've obviously just been discussing Chelsea, and I think Noni Madueke was probably one of Chelsea's better wingers last year. I think it's probably one of their better players, but for whatever reason, they deem him to be surplus. So this new Brazilian guy, this 17, 18-year-old that they've bought, and the name's evaded me.
Is it Esteva?
Esteva.
Yeah. And Neto. They feel like with them two, they don't need Madueke any longer. Madueke is, he's dispensable.
But Maresca did say he opted to leave.
He
Yeah,
opted.
do you
wasn't-
think
he
that's the
wasn't-
case? Do you think maybe if Arsenal came in for Pedro Neto, they would have let Pedro Neto go as well? I don't know if it's
Obviously
necessarily
Neto
they
came
pushed out the worst player.
from Brighton, though, innit? So
No, Wolves.
Wolves.
But I don't
From
think
Wolves,
I don't think they pushed out the worst player. They gave away the player that was in demand.
So when you said Pedro, and I was thinking of João Pedro.
Yeah,
So, right. So so I think last summer, I remember there was a Chelsea fan that came into one of my football WhatsApp groups, yeah. And when he was talking about like Chelsea getting rid of bare players and doing this rebuild, Madueke was on his list.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now in a group that I'm in with everybody here, the podcast Pundits panel, we've got a Chelsea fan. He's been on the show before, Karma, and he's doing sales pitches to me as to why Madueke is a good fit for Arsenal.
He did it with Havertz, and he eventually
He did it with Havertz.
Yeah, but
liked
what? He did it with Havertz. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm never doing that. If I want, if I want to keep, am I doing sales pitches to? I've never ever done a. I've never done a
That's a
sales
small
pitch.
boy thing still.
No, it's not a small boy.
Nah,
thing, like-
he's taking the piss.
yeah. As in, he's
proper
trolling.
troll,
But what
yeah.
I'm saying is, when Manchester United was taking Van Persie of us, do you think I was doing sales pitches
Yeah, exactly.
to Drayman and Marley Marl?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were ripping the heart of my team out of there. So I'm in despair. I'm not. I'm not trying to convince
is
you
that
why he's a
different,
good
though?
player.
Is that different though?
No. The difference.
What do you mean, Dre?
When you
Like
say
in terms of
of
like
course it's
the
different.
player caliber though.
Of course it's different,
Yeah.
but that's my point. My point is
you
my
want to
point-
take indispensable players from teams.
Yeah,
knowing they're
yeah.
dispensable.
Not players that they don't mind.
Yeah.
But let's break it down in terms of like the whole signing of Madueke. So I think you can break it down whether the player's ability, the finances, and what else could you or would you think is
You might look at potential, his age.
I say
Resale
age.
value.
Resale value. So if you look at age is 23,
Yeah.
and ability wise, you think he's good or bad?
Billy, well, I think he's decent. I'm not gonna like just rag on him just because I don't want him at my club once upon a time.
Yeah.
He's at my club now, and I'm gonna support him like I ended up supporting Havertz. Yeah, but
But he would never
it
be
looks
on
like
your short list.
Bro,
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
There was never a world where I'm like, I need to win. I need to wrestle this Premier League out of Liverpool, and I need to fend off Manchester City. And Noni Madueke is the guy for me. There's never a world where I was ever thinking that. Do you get what I mean? And even what I said on last week's pod is like, if my first team players are injured and I'm left with Madueke and maybe a Norgard, I don't know that I'm filled with the confidence that we're gonna,
That's fine.
beat the team. So,
But forget Norga. Let's just because
yeah, on the
it's just-
Madueke
yeah,
thing.
so-
well,
so
I think he's a decent player, but I just
age wise is good age.
age-wise,
He's
yeah.
versatile.
And finances, you think it's too expensive or not?
Finance-wise, okay, like.
But because you don't like him, there's not going to be. It's going to be hard to have a number that you're going to be happy with.
Thank you. It's difficult, but I'm trying to be objective here. So when we're talking objectivity, wise, how much did Chelsea sign Pedro for?
60 something, 60 odd.
60 odd, all right.
Alanga went for 55. It's a bit
Alanga went for
like
55. Zubimendi is about
No,
60.
we're not wingers.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just
what's
talking
his name
about. I'm just talking about players.
general.
Yeah, value
Kudus
players.
was 55,
Kudus 55. And Noni Madueke is
52. Well, let's say it's
52 including add-ons. Yeah,
with
So-
add-ons, yeah.
or with add-ons.
Yeah, so it's 40 something. I think it's
40 something.
42.
Okay.
So it's about right though.
Yeah.
And
And-
50 with
no,
50.
I don't know if
think
it
so.
is.
If Alanga's gone for 55 minutes, so it's
Yeah,
about right.
but Elanga had a breakthrough season.
Yeah.
What?
No, did he not?
Madueke
Did he?
didn't even
What
have
do you
a
mean? He was one of the best
Madueke.
performers in the team that qualified for
Well, so is
Europe.
Madueke.
Yeah.
No, Madueke
had a
was
good
not one of the
season.
best.
Madueke
He
is
was
some-
he was one of the
Madueke
most
is
consistent wingers for
Yeah,
Chelsea.
I-
He
I-
No,
won-
but I hear
he
that. But
finished
he's,
fourth.
but he's not putting numbers on the board, bro.
But
but
Madueke's
there's
numbers
more
weren't
to the
even.
numbers. There's
Madueke's
no,
But I know, but when you're talking about a team like Arsenal where they needed more, what would you
But
say?
Madueke's
But we're
numbers
using
didn't even usurp.
Alanga as an example here, like, and I think Alanga excelled in Nottingham Forest because it's Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
Not necessarily true
It's-
because Nottingham Forest
they play in
had
transition. They play
but,
slightly different
No,
football.
of course. Look, I'm just saying in terms of when because you're talking about PR spins, when you've had a season at a team like Nottingham Forest, so you've kind of who have overachieved, there's going to be a big PR spin around you. When there's a bigger PR spin around you, your value inflates. Is that fair to say?
But I think, what to Marty's point, I think it's the going rate for wingers to be in
No,
in the mark of 50, 60.
I don't deny that, but I'm saying like Nottingham Forest, one, they don't want to let go of
But I think you
Elanga.
have to also exercise the cost benefit analysis, and it has to be like relative to each team. And for me,
Exactly.
Madueke wasn't outperforming He weren't outperforming Martinelli.
No.
For
but-
me, he wasn't outperforming even Ethan Renee.
And he wasn't one of the prized assets, whereas Alanga's a prized asset at
But I
Forest.
think
And MGW is a prized asset at
No,
Forest.
I'm just valuing against the
market. Yeah.
market.
I think how you have to look at it, obviously, the going rate for wingers is in and around that period, and then like the player. So if you don't get Madueke, will you say you would have been happy with
Pedro.
No, because Madueke's going to be playing on the right essentially,
Yeah.
maybe back up for Saka, sometimes play on the left. But there's Kudus is an option, or Semenyo's an option, or what's his name?
Semenya, 100%.
Yeah.
No,
It's similar though.
No,
I think
exactly.
it's similar.
That's what I was going to break it down to. So you got Semenya, Kudus.
They're not similar.
No,
I think they are.
Sorry,
Let me
I'm
break
just-
it down. So you got Semenya, Cunha, and Bremo.
Mbeumo,
But then when you look at the actual, and I think this is why I think most fans, before you like stick your hat on how you feel about a player, because there's players who we commercially know are good.
Yeah.
Eze, no one's debating it.
Yeah.
But then there's players where they don't play for your club, but unless you're in for them, you don't really know too much about them. So you just do your due diligence, you do your research, you listen to like tactical
Who's that
breakdowns.
in this example?
This is Madueke.
I don't know about that.
No,
man.
so let me finish. Let me finish, because
Okay,
when I'm
sorry,
watching
go
all these tactical breakdowns
Yeah.
of the player, they're comparing his overall stats to like a Semenya, a Kudus,
Yeah,
and
I know.
overall they're all in the same.
All in
And
the same bracket.
They're all same. But obviously, Madueke doesn't look pleasing on the eye,
That's
and that's
true.
all it is sometimes.
So do you know, because I obviously I've got Salah is my main guy, and he and Jota was one of my favorite players. These guys aren't pleasing on the eye, so to speak. So I don't have a problem with players being pleasing on the eye or not. As long all I like is, can you beat a man when you run at your
Madueke
guy?
does.
He does beat a man, but then when you put
Okay,
the
end
ball in,
product is not the greatest.
product.
exactly.
But that's
Semenyo's end product top tier, and Mbeumo's hang on.
Similar.
but Semenya will be frustrating. At
Well,
top
hang
club.
on. Let me just say, maybe I think,
That's fine,
but
because-
at Bournemouth, when I watch Bournemouth,
Yeah.
I'm always impressed with not only his ability to beat a man, but his ability to deliver a ball into the box.
Yeah.
So that's me watching it, because you're talking about watching the game. When I watch Mbeumo, same. When I watch Cunha, my thing about Cunha, because I don't know if you meant to mention Cunha, but
No, I purposely mentioned the right wingers.
yeah. Sorry, Kudus, I think is it.
Kudus,
Maybe not last season, but the season before.
Before that, yeah.
Very impressed with Kudus.
Yeah.
I've never.
But Kudus is also frustrating as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Particularly
maybe last season. Last season.
Even the first
But
season.
all I'm saying is that in that list that you've given,
Yeah.
Madueke was at the bottom of that list for me.
But essentially, but all I'm trying to say to you is that they're not far off each other. Some people look
Yeah.
on the eyes that they look better, but when you now break things down, you're
Yeah,
okay. All I'm saying, essentially, you can you may not like the signing, but you just sort of have an understanding
Yeah,
as
so- and this
to
is
why
what-
your player, why
Is
your
that
club
almost
is
like
signing.
a stats narrative?
Stats narrative.
When they go side by side, you're like, actually, there's not.
Well, this is what's happening at the moment. So you're all of a sudden now, Noni Madueke is one of the best
Yeah,
dribblers in the
exactly.
league. All of a sudden, he's one of the best ball carriers. He's one of the most progressive dribblers. Like,
that's-
all this stuff is like, and this is what my fan base do.
No, but what I don't think it's your fan base. I think this is what, and this is what I'm saying is that you wouldn't particularly know that unless you paid attention to the player. Like likewise, I wouldn't know that unless I'm like, okay. Then when these people are breaking, and these are not Arsenal fans or Chelsea fans, these are like just general people who are looking at tactical analysis, and it's like, okay, this is what the player's good at. But you had no reason to go and watch Madueke or do like a proper eye test on Madueke. That's why likewise when the fans are doing it.
You do it though, because
No,
because
but-
obviously
but
because
to
you see
your-
Norgard. Yeah, I didn't know that Norgard is one of the most competitive ball winners in the aerially. But if you look at the list, the people that he's up against isn't that great. Because I think we had a conversation in one of our groups. So yeah, I get these stats, but I watch Norgard.
Yeah.
I like Norgard, and I think, but I never thought he's. I thought he's at the right level, and it's the same for Madueke. I watch Madueke, and I've never left thinking, watching him play. Yeah, you might have stats that go against what I'm saying, but in terms of watching this guy play and watching his effectiveness compared to the other Chelsea players, I've never been.
Well, I feel like that's because you're looking at the lens of Chelsea and vice versa. You're saying Semenyo for Bournemouth, for instance. When you watch Bournemouth, like it's Bournemouth, innit? You don't really expect them.
No. Wait, Bournemouth.
No,
Remember
but
what I've been saying about Bournemouth all last season? They play great football. So
I think what
that's-
Marnie's saying, there's a difference between Bournemouth, like playing for a top four club, or one of the clubs whereby you're coming up against a low block or team set up a bit slightly.
Nobody did
different
low
to you.
block against Chelsea.
Bruv, they do
They,
sometimes.
they do not do low block against Chelsea last season, bro.
They do, bruv. That's
Bro,
what I'm saying.
boys, they did not do low block against
So
Chelsea
you're saying
last
to me
season.
for the whole Premiership season, no one's done low block against Chelsea.
No, I'm saying no.
But Chelsea had one of the best attacks.
one of the best attacks in what? In what?
In terms of like how they played
No,
progressively.
but what does that mean though, bro? That doesn't mean anything
so
because
what-
Nottingham Forest had one of the best attacks in terms of having Chris Wood. So I know people say like statistically like they had one of the best attacks, but what does that actually mean in English?
Okay. Essentially, what they mean is that attacking wise, they had one of the best, but in terms of their final product, it probably wasn't the greatest. So they were creating chances, but they weren't pulling it there. Essentially,
Okay.
what I'm trying to say, I think our lens is very different.
But sorry, my only thing is that teams didn't have to do low block against Chelsea.
But they did
last season.
sometimes.
I think I agree with Joey. I don't think they did.
did
do it.
not.
Arteta said
did.
Arteta's like shit.
Bro,
Okay, what is
Why was it so much to stay
Don't get me twisted.
What's wrong
Like,
with you, bro?
Liverpool did a low block against Chelsea as well.
Yeah.
But the whole game was
Against
not low.
Chelsea. Against
No, but
that's Liverpool though.
no, but we're talking about low blocks. So Arsenal, everybody
No,
plays like
no,
the whole 80 minutes low
what
block.
I'm trying to say,
against
what I'm
Chelsea
trying to say is
back-
in, okay, would you arguably say that teams set up slightly different for Bournemouth than it would be for Chelsea?
Yeah, I'd say that's
Exactly.
every team in the league.
based
But-
on that, so I'm saying as in your requirements as a midfielder for a Bournemouth will be slightly different for a team that you're expected to win. So,
Oh, okay.
and I like Semenya,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when everyone says when United won him, I guarantee you, when you're now watching him in the top four team, he becomes frustrated.
Not Man United.
No,
Not Man United.
I don't
Yeah.
get because they were probably in for him, but
Tottenham, let's say not even Tottenham.
But when
because
you
they
watch
were
the players, they do have those elements of frustration.
Yeah.
So essentially, what I'm trying to say is that Madueke is not that far off. So then I would ask you, Strife. So let's say, I think there was a guy from PSV called Bakayoko.
Yeah.
If Arsenal got him,
Jeremy or something. Jeremy.
yeah, if Arsenal got him, I think.
I'll be honest
I
with
think
you.
what is-
I hear what you're.
So let me just land this very quickly.
Yeah.
I think what is like because everyone's familiar with what the player is and is not.
Yeah.
That's why they feel it's that way. But if you got a brand new toy from another league, they'll be like, okay, that's cool. Who would you take, Anthony or Madueke?
Anthony who?
Anthony or Madueke?
Man United, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that meant Nalanga. Oh, who would I take? Anthony or Madueke?
Yeah.
Oof.
Exactly, but most fans would have been happy with Anthony because they haven't seen him before, and that's
No,
the point I'm
wait,
trying to
are
make.
you talking about now? Who would I take?
The players,
So if
who's
you
better?
was thinking about now and you was still
Forget
like,
now.
Yeah, because I think Anthony's dead, but then I'm even thinking about it, bro, right now.
No,
See, that's not good.
Brian, I don't know. I don't
That's
know whether right now or whether.
my thing is that's not good because he should not be thinking about it. He should be saying Madueke because I know that when Della was asking that question, he was talking about before Anthony got.
I thought he was
Yeah,
talking
before-
about Elanga, bro,
got-
because
got-
No,
Yeah,
Anthony,
but-
before he came over,
Yeah,
Anthony,
yeah.
essentially what I'm trying to say is that because we haven't
No, I
seen
know
that
what- I know
player
what-
per
I know
se,
what you- I know
I know
what
what you're trying to say,
you're-
because your
you
initial
accept it
version
more.
was Bakayoko.
Yeah.
Who I don't even like as well, but
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, and I think to your point, I think Madueke and Bakayoko, there's not much that splits them. If anything, you might even say Madueke is the more desirable option. And again, like I said, I preface my whole preamble by saying I actually think Madueke is a decent player. But in terms of where I think Arsenal are trying to go and what we're trying to achieve,
Exactly, yeah.
I just don't know that that's the player for me.
That's where I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's-
Basically, like,
because
taking you to the next
I actually
level.
like Madueke. I think he's an okay. He's a decent player, but I think for Arsenal, like he's not the needle mover you'd expect
But he's
Arsenal
he's
to.
not meant to be a needle mover.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's a Norgard kind of signing, I guess.
Yeah,
isn't he?
okay,
but
a
do
bit more
do
higher-
yeah,
Arsenal
higher
need
end,
that when you've got Saka? If Saka's
Well,
out,
Saka's-
you've got Nwaneri to come in.
No, but this is what I think. I think
Because I don't know where he's
Nwaneri,
going to
I think
Yeah.
Nwaneri is going to be more of a central midfielder.
play. Okay.
So essentially, I think what Arsenal are trying to do is basically have two players in each position. And if Nwaneri is the cover for
Odegaard.
Odegaard, 'cause that's the only time he's going to get game time now, potentially.
I mean, how I'm looking at it, Della, if I'm honest with you, yeah, like because I've been trying to find a way to make myself feel happy about it because I've not been. So I'm just like, well, Reece Nelson. I'm like, okay, well, we need to get rid of him. Madueke is an uplift on Reece Nelson.
Okay.
But that's about it. Other than that, so that's where you can sell it to me. Okay, if
But
we're getting rid of Reece Nelson and we get Madueke in, Madueke is an uplift.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how would you compare Madueke to a Savia or Savinha? How far off are they? Defensive level.
Good question.
Yeah, that is a very good question, actually. That is a good question. Like, again, remember, I keep saying, I don't think Madueke is a bad player. Do you get what I'm saying? I think, and you know what? Like, Arteta has been known to get the best out of certain some players, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's a good coach.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I think my qualms with Arteta is probably his management of the team. But in terms of coaching players and whatnot, he's a good player. He's a good coach. Whatnot.
Improves players.
And so Madueke, I think even last week, I said I can see why Madueke would want to come to Arsenal. I see the uplift and the benefits for him. What I can't see, because remember, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm not a Madueke fan or whatnot. I'm an Arsenal fan. So I'm just trying to think, all right, for what I want to achieve, how are you doing that for me? And obviously, remember, my mantra is raise your ceiling, your floor raises. So my whole thing...
When the ceiling is Saka, it becomes a bit difficult as to how far you can raise it.
Yeah, but just get as close to Saka. So and
then who? That's what I said that last week. But again, Pundits is also there's no guarantee here unless
that was a joke though. But the one thing I say is that you said you like thinking. I've never heard anyone talk about Madueke in this chat.
No,
Wait, hang on. No, I'm talking
Madueke.
about you guys.
No, I have definitely.
Never ever. Hang on, let me just finish.
I don't think he's
before he was linked to Arsenal. Never ever. No, that's what I'm talking about. Never, bro. No,
that's
that's
why,
what I'm talking about.
Joey, that's why I said there's times when there's players that it's like university. You say Eze, cool, but then there's players where maybe this guy's had a good game. And that's it. But we don't wax lyrical about it unless it becomes like, let's say you Jota's now moving from Wolves to Liverpool. So you're like, okay, let's see, let me look at him properly.
Yeah.
Is there do you have another example of this kind of player that you're talking about?
I could probably say maybe like a Ben White. Because it wasn't university.
No. I spoke about Ben White when he was at Brighton and Leeds.
No,
bro.
but I'm not.
No, at university there was a lot of Arsenal fans that was not having Ben White.
That's true.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
So he's got a point there because I wasn't one of them. I don't. Yeah,
Wait,
I know.
And when you say that, what weren't they having about Ben White?
His value, literally, it was
the 50 million.
It was the same thing as Noni.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah,
that's a good example.
It is a good one. So, like, Noni could it could become like a very valuable signing if he knuckles up, he knuckles down. Knuckles down and pulls his socks up and gets it done. Especially knowing what the backlash has been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But obviously to Della's original question and how I feel about
has he basically stepped up then? He stepped up and probably maybe over... Not overperformed, but has stepped up to the level of what Arsenal need.
What are you talking about?
With Ben White, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, Ben White. No, Ben White has been like, obviously since Ben White has come into the club, he's been like, for me, of course, he's stepped up. He's been one of our best right backs until we discovered like potential successors. But obviously that's not the point I was getting onto. I mean, obviously the original question that obviously Della was asking me in regards to how I feel.
That's the one thing you've ever said about him.
How I feel
and
about
you didn't mention him. You mentioned sorry.
You're literally having a private convo in loud.
No, sorry. Because this is about the same thing. He tried to give me some evidence to say that he spoke about Madueke, bro. He gave a list of players in Chelsea. He said, all he said is Enzo, Caicedo, Madueke, blah, 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 a list of players, bro. Oh, okay. But you're not talking about Madueke individually as a player. Hang on. But my point is that you haven't spoken about Madueke. You just mentioned him in the list of players, bro.
As being good.
Yeah, so what's the difference?
But it's like, you see how I say, like, I might say, Harvey Elliott is a baller. You can find that in if you.
You're a Liverpool fan.
No, but my point is that.
More about it.
But that's me talking about an individual player.
No one pinpoints.
Yeah, nobody. Nobody.
I'm not a Chelsea fan.
No, but my point is,
I think that.
Wait, hang on. Wait, listen. All I'm saying is that there's nobody has pinpointed this guy as being a.
No, I'm with you.
He's not that guy. I said it's not. He's a good player, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I've never heard you speak about him before, bro. And then you've mentioned him one time in the list, bro. That's not speaking about him, bro. If you search Semenyo. Search Semenyo. Everybody has spoken about Semenyo in this group. Search Elanga. I don't even like Elanga. Everybody's spoken about Elanga. Everybody in that list that you mentioned with Madueke, everybody has spoken about them individually. Not one person about Madueke. That's my only point.
And maybe, and to your point, I get what you're saying because Barlimar, even though you can prove that you may have highlighted him, not many people have.
No, that's fine. But I said that there's players at university. Someone could say Eze, cool, and there's players like Madueke. Someone may say he's good, but unless he's now coming to your club, you're going to do that laser focus on that particular player. Yeah. Doesn't mean that because we didn't need to talk about him like that because we don't want.
I mean, if he's a good player, why not? Because we talk about all good players.
No, when I say we didn't need to talk about that, because one, there's no Chelsea fans here. So
but there's no Bournemouth fans here. There's no Newcastle fans here. There's no Nottingham fans.
I think what Dell is saying, and which I get, is he's trying to say is once a player comes into the frame, that's when you start getting your think pieces. Everyone starts analysing every aspect and facet of their game, and that's when we start seeing where their value might come into.
Okay.
And I suppose that's what is circling the football community at the moment. And the reason why I say all that and I know all that is because I'm getting all of these takes against my opinion, because I still am not having.
You weren't getting none of them before they were going to us.
So
That's the only thing.
He won't
No,
get
but
no one cares for
Semenyo and Buemo, all of these takes were coming before they were linked to any transfers. That's my only point.
They are playing for smaller clubs and they are putting numbers.
Okay, Caicedo then.
What about Caicedo?
Like, but people were talking about him, bro.
But surely you talk about Madueke more.
You know what? Go into your search and search Gusto. I guarantee you got Marlon talking about Malo Gusto individually in the group, bro.
I don't know where you're trying to go with this,
My point is that nobody has done think pieces of. Hang on. Wait, please listen.
We said that.
Wait, but why?
But we just explained to you
I feel
why have they done it about Mbeumo and they haven't done it about him? You're saying
I know what Joey's saying, because
at one time in the season, someone should have at least said,
yeah, bro. I know that's
it.
He's the guy. No one said he's the guy. He just
but
Kudus.
But everybody said that about Kudus. Everybody said that about Mbeumo.
Joey, even Carney Chukwuemeka.
Carney Chukwuemeka has had 3 years.
He's even had a spotlight.
The point I'm making here is that there's so many players in the Prem. We're not going to talk about every single player.
No, you talk about the good ones.
No. We're not going to talk about every single player. But essentially, just because, as Marley mentioned, he's good. And as I said, unless he's like, for example, you didn't talk about Jota until he came to your club.
No, that's not true, bro. That's not true. I love Jota, bro.
Even at Wolves.
At Wolves, he was banging goals, bro.
Yeah, no, at Wolves he was.
That's what
I'm just giving an example out there. But essentially, what I'm trying to say is, and I'll repeat myself again. If it's an Eze, a commercial player, there's players out there that we do talk about because it's commercially known. But
why is Madueke not commercial? Okay, that's my question. That's my question to you. Is why is Madueke not commercial?
You know what? You man can get onto this argument, but let me just because I haven't had a chance. I've been trying to answer this question that
the whole train got the real
about 15 minutes ago. I've been trying to answer this question. All I want to say is I'm just going to really cut it short at the moment. Is how I feel about Arsenal's window is. I don't feel any different than I did 2 weeks ago.
Serious?
Until I get that Gyökeres signing. Yeah, when that goes across the line, then
you imagine fractured your wrist.
But just remember how long I've wanted a striker for. So that means the
9
most
years,
to
I
me.
think it's been.
So I really that one will do a lot for me. If we get Eze in, you man have spoken about Eze. Yeah, we're talking. But you see, as it stands now, Mosquera decent. I'm not going to hold anybody on that. Madueke is a good player for me. That's Arsenal should be looking at it. Norgard, Prem proven. He's played central. Core, get all that. That's not really what Arsenal should be doing, in my opinion. Zubimendi, brilliant, love it. Kepa, okay, I can get it. Like, you understand, like. He's come from Chelsea. That's a bit of that's a nigger. But he's played for Real Madrid. He played at Bournemouth. You know what I'm saying? So into how I'm looking at it now, I'm not like mad excited about Arsenal's window. It's still a case of okay. You guys are addressing the depth. I would like that you were a little bit more ambitious with the people that you're getting in. Yeah. But all right, cool. Get me Eze, get me Gyökeres. You might get a little bit from excitement from me. Rodrigo is the guy, even though I don't think his stats really dwarf Martinelli's, if I'm completely honest with you.
Superstar signing.
But yeah, that's the signing that, like I said last week, sends the shockwaves to my rivals.
But one thing I would say to you, Strives, is that you can't always have let's just say you wanted someone like world class. You're like, no, God, not really. He will do a job, but he's not really at the level I want him to be at. Like for Arsenal, the kind of players you want. Yeah. But if you buying players that are up there, right? They're all gonna want to play, bro. So you like the pool is gonna be different. Like if a world class player comes to you and says, "Yeah, I want to play for Arsenal," and then you go, "Yeah, but you might not play." But that can also be a stumbling block. That's my whole point. So you might not always be able to get.
I understand what you're saying, but Newcastle, it's been reported that they're trying to get Itakite. They've got Isak. That would be two. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of when Arsenal had, was it Henry and Anelka?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that might not be the case. So let's use an example where they have two quality players.
But I mean, Henry and Anelka were two quality players.
No, I'm saying current day. Like Man City, they have like two top players
Yeah,
in the position.
But no,
Mark-
but that's a good thing you said that. But let's focus on Man City very quickly because they did this whole squad depth thing, and I just gave you the example of Madueke versus Savinho. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
because it's
Remember that was a good question,
I thought everyone said Savinho is better, but then you
I don't
break
like
it down,
Savinho, bro.
and you're
I
like,
don't like Savinho.
you're like, the gap's not that big. So even you have to build a squad. How many stars do Man City actually have? Because it's only
Yeah.
Haaland,
Haaland,
and maybe Rodri.
Yeah.
Everyone else is
I guess Ederson technically. Yeah.
addition, but outfield. But who else? Who else are the stars?
But they're in a
maybe
rebuild.
not-
Because, for
not
example,
now.
you don't rate Doku.
Yeah, maybe
Well,
not now, but there was a period
Yeah,
where they
because they're
did.
rebuilding now.
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
But they will.
Sorry, just to say
Liverpool?
they had silverware to keep those players satiated because like it's always like as long as you're here, you're at the champions. But when you're not the champions, that's when it's harder to manage two world class players.
Thank
in
you.
the
And you know what?
position.
Even to piggyback off that point, you're now the champions. Yeah, Liverpool fan. I read that you guys are being linked to Mateta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if that was Arsenal, maybe some Arsenal fans might crash out about that. Mateta's a good striker.
Yeah.
Decent, but maybe they'll be like, that's not the answer. But
Yeah.
you see, Liverpool fans, they're going to be a lot more considered about that link. Guess why? Because they're the Premier League champions. It's a lot different.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Overall,
Arsenal-
your signings they've been good.
But Della, you talk about
it's
Liverpool.
about you.
Arsenal.
No, Arsenal's.
So Arsenal signings have been good, but Arsenal we finished second 3 times
Yeah,
in a row, bro.
but
Three
I'm going to
times
move away
in a
from
row.
Arsenal now. But you're addressing everything,
Yeah.
and even with the Madueke thing, he's come over on the same salary. And I think, and I keep on saying to you, just let Berta cook because essentially even Jokeres, I thought you'd been more excited about it. It is going to be over the line.
Yeah,
But even
Of
that's
course,
like 55 mil.
But until it's
What's
happened,
55 here?
Jokeres.
when it
Oh, is it?
happens,
55
Oh,
plus
and then
add-ons will
8
be
plus
62.
no,
Yeah.
when it happens, I will be excited about
Yeah,
it. But,
yeah, you did
but
say
what
that.
it is I can't do it yet. You know what I mean? Like I need to because, bro, like yeah.
You're going to say, bro, this is the whole Arsenal thing, but Arsenal was under Wenger, and whereas Wenger done everything, then you had the guy that came before Eddie, whoever he was. Then you got Eddie.
Sanlehi.
Yes, yeah. Now you got Eddie, who was relatively new to it.
Even
Now you've got
Edu,
someone.
You see with Edu, I don't even shit on Edu, you know, because Edu actually got Arsenal to a point where we can talk like this.
You know what's
Yeah, that's
interesting?
true.
You know what's interesting when he says that?
You
What's
were
that?
saying it before.
No. It's never that because when it's a good signing, it's Edu or Arsenal. When it's not a good signing, it's Arteta.
No, but Edu and Arteta then, whatever then. But what my whole thing with Arteta was, the reason why I get onto Arteta is because obviously they do this thing together in the back end, and now it's down to Arteta to manage the squad and get us across the line. And Arteta's put himself in a position where he's given himself momentum, leverage to cross that line, and he's allowed people to catch him up that shouldn't have. And that's why he's lost me. But I'm just like, it's not just, and I don't understand why people think I'm so unreasonable for saying this, because I keep repeating myself every time you guys give me an opportunity to. We finished fifth when we shouldn't have finished fifth. We finished
Let's not
second
go
when
too far
we
back,
shouldn't
right.
have finished
Let's
second.
just focus on the
second,
transfers.
the second one, all right, cool. Liverpool were leading that one, and then me and Arsenal and City were going toe to toe. Fair enough. This last one wasn't a title challenge. I've got 4 seasons now where I can be like, Tets, maybe you're not the dude. Maybe just be my coach. Be my coach.
Let's not focus because we'll focus on the transfers, and you've
Okay.
repeated
Well, I was
this
going
so
to
many
say,
times.
Stripes, imagine you didn't get Madueke, but then they signed another top class striker. Would you be happier?
What?
Yeah, because I
In
think
addition to
Yeah,
Jokeres.
and-
Because I
and-
think
Wait, no, but who-
because I
who-
think
who-
Arsenal need 2 strikers anyway. I've
Let's just say
said that.
Sesko.
Okay.
Well, they
Oh,
signed
Sesko
Sesko and
Jokeres.
Jokeres.
Yeah, but come on.
I know, but I'm saying, okay, maybe
Why
they're not on
wouldn't I
that
be
level, but
happy?
they need strikers.
Yeah.
Of course, I'd be happy with
Okay,
that.
so you'd be
Yeah.
happy with that, but then okay.
I think
I'll be happy.
Madueke is going to win over Arsenal.
I think.
Oh, no,
you-
100%,
But the thing
100%.
is with
We
Arsenal
hope
fans,
so.
they are very
Let me
Resistant.
very resistant. Yeah, to the extent that the other fan base will be like, "This is it."
No, but
then when they change their mind and they become the Havertz, leader that Havertz hive.
Havertz hive, yeah.
Yeah, so it becomes very difficult for you as other
No,
fans
but
to
you,
be like,
you got to understand why though, bro. Because
why?
because
Can I
there's
ask
a
you a
lot of
question as
context
well?
behind it in terms of
no, Joe,
of-
every single person that's come to Arsenal, they've never wanted.
do you know what it is?
Arsene Wenger, they
wanted.
didn't once.
Huh? Who?
Arsene Wenger, they didn't once.
That's crazy.
Yeah?
Who's this,
I don't know.
Who is this freaking? How dare this?
I wasn't conscious at the
Do
time.
your research.
I wasn't conscious at the time though.
I'll post
dare
something in the
you?
group.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
your
yeah.
research.
No,
yeah?
but
Bro,
I think
you know what people do?
because they've not been winning and they believe that they should be winning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure to sign the
Well, it
right
doesn't mean
player.
they
Yeah,
can't
it's
logically think about something.
No. Let me tell you what happens. I'll tell you what happens. People like to hold. You see guys that have like opinions that aren't the most popular. Yeah, because I don't want to say that someone's optimistic or pessimistic. Whatever. Just to say not the most popular. Yeah, those people aren't allowed to update their opinions in real time. So as things develop, when like let's say me for instance, I'm going to use me as an example. If I say like, oh, Arsenal's window has been shit. When Arsenal's window gets good, I'm not allowed to celebrate no more because a Del Estrada or a Messi or a Big Dog will turn around and be like, no, hold on a second.
No, you are.
You said that the window.
Wait. You are, but you have to come clean and say, you know what, I was wrong. You never ever do that, bro.
I would do that.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Because when I became the leader of the Habits Hive, the first thing I did was I said, yo, my bad, yo. So I do that. I do that. But
you have to publicly
these guys
shame
don't
yourself.
accept it. They don't accept it anyway.
No, I just taken it because Marley Miles said he thinks Madueke is going to come good, and I think he's going to come good as well. And I think, and I'll just use an example of whereby the Arsenal fan base went so far left, and when they start moving closer to the middle, you're like, really? Do you believe this? So when you're saying Havertz is world class and whatever, you man are like,
I don't believe that.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
no,
it's hyperbole.
Let's move on. You're happy. You're not too much. When Joker
Yeah, so what was the actual? Were you happy or not?
I'm just like
he wanted transfers are coming in, strikers coming in, backups coming in.
But remember, you got to remember, you two, because you've not been there for a while, you don't forget what you two do. You two love an argument. So I was waiting for you guys to finish your argument so that I could tell you that I'm still where I am 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
That's basically, I'm still where I am 2 weeks ago.
You're open with that though, to be fair.
Yeah,
Oh, so it could have ended fate.
Yeah. Literally.
Let's move away from Arsenal. United guys. Apart from
hold 30 seconds.
apart from
a quick one still.
Cunha, what's the update with Mbeumo?
I was just seeing a report that we've agreed a deal with Brentford, but that was it could have been from my nephew's account. Like so,
How much?
Listen, I don't know. This doesn't look like a real account in it. So who knows, man? It's just taking forever and a day. Ratcliffe's obviously come out and said that the reason it's taking so long is that we want to set a new precedent in the market whereby. I mean, this because I said you got to take my words. You got to take my words. This is what I'm just relaying what he said. We're trying to set a new precedent in the market and try and not get booked with these transfers. Like so, what we've done in previous seasons. Whether you believe that or not, this is what they're saying.
How much are you trying to spend on Mbeumo?
I think we're
63 or something.
Yeah, is that what
The first bid was 55 though.
Yeah, so I think we're apart in valuation by about 5 million at a minute, and
63 is not bad for Mbeumo.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
it's not when you look at what's happening in the rest of the market. So,
But is he the only player you man are interested in? Like no other links.
I'm saying we're linked
He
to
might be the only player that will go there because a lot of players are turning them down.
Yeah. Oh, who's turned them now?
Gyökeres.
Gyökeres in terms of.
Yeah, but that's different though, because obviously Gyökeres had a better offer.
Yeah,
but at that point he had no offer at that point.
No, we didn't.
Which is a better offer, right?
We didn't bid for him, so we can't.
I don't know if turn him down. There's probably a conversation, but no bid.
Yeah, the only guy we've actually bid for and we've actively pursuing at the minute is Mbeumo, and that's it really. We've been linked with a couple of guys. We've been linked with the centre mid from Palmeiras. I think his name's Roger.
What type of midfielder?
He's a combative midfielder, so I think he wins stuff. And
which is interesting because obviously with the whole Amarin thing, you guys are saying wait till the summer he'll get his players. But so far he's only got Cunha.
Yeah.
So what's expected to change?
But I think it's the players out. I think that's what's hindering us.
Delaying it.
Because the players if the players are not going out, then how can you bring in?
Yeah,
as
but
well?
those players are always going to be difficult.
I don't think it's the money to spend as per se. I think it's the FSP, isn't it?
Yeah, the money. It's definitely the money, bro, because you don't have to create a balance.
Well, I mean, like, the rules and regs. So
you've got money, but
so it's almost like you need to sell to make the books.
Didn't you guys sign the left back as well? Like a South American left back.
Oh, Diego.
Yeah, no, we signed him last season, though, innit? So it's one of them guys that's just come in. So Diego Leon. But we've signed him for I think 7 million. Like Chelsea signed 15 of those guys per season. It's like how how much can you really expect him to come in and just hit the ground running? So I don't know, man. Rashford's linked to Barcelona
Right,
again.
that's a loan deal, though, isn't it?
No, that's permanent. We're not going to. We've said we're not going to loan out any more of these
I
guys.
think you guys, you're going to get to say where you have no choice.
Yes, 100%.
This is what they're gonna
I'm
do.
hoping not. I'm hoping that's not the
Because
case.
there's no market for these guys.
Yeah.
Because the teams know you guys want to sell.
Don't waste your
Yeah.
time hoping, bro, man. Because
hoping
Rashford has no incentive to leave other than play for England. But
No,
And
I
it
mean,
is-
I
it's a
think
World Cup,
Rashford really wants to leave.
yeah, I think
Yeah, but-
Rashford's not like a. I don't want to obviously trying to tarnish his name, but he's not like a. He doesn't seem like he's a Sancho. Like that's gonna. He's happy to sit around and collect his 350 bags. I think Rashford genuinely does want to
He wants
get
to
out
play.
of the club.
And to be honest with you, I really can't understand why. If I'm an executive at Manchester United, if I'm the gaff at Manchester United, I'd also like just have like a part of me that just tries to reconcile with Marcus Rashford. And I understand Marcus Rashford has been there for a long time. What's going to change, etc., etc. But out of all the players you're trying to shift on, he's the guy that could have a redemptive arc for me.
I would keep him. I would genuinely keep him. But that's obviously not my call. I mean,
But I think he is ready to leave though.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
his number's been given to Cunha, so he's been given the
exactly.
20,
Time's up.
and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
apparently last week, well, not even last week, I think on Friday he was. So he got to training ground after all the players have left, and he was training
With
Garnacho
Yeah.
by
and,
himself.
he left at the back door while the man left at the front.
It's
toxic,
nasty
like,
work.
yeah.
It's nasty work, man.
But that's normal behaviour at a club when you've fallen out with a club. Like, bear in mind, he did that interview with Henry Winter. He got
Yeah,
Henry Winter to
exactly.
come down. So
But
you lot
that's
can't
fine.
make it seem as though Man United are moving mad.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
moving mad,
No,
bro.
but I think that's fine. But generally, as
But-
you guys
but
are fans,
how many times did they push him before he said, you know what, I got to push you back?
How many times did he push him by not delivering the
I ain't even-
350k per week, bro?
I ain't even mad at it.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a toxic
Exactly.
relationship between
Exactly.
both, man. But
Yeah,
It's
a
best
lot-
to cut the ties, move
Exactly,
on.
yeah, 100%.
That's the same
man.
thing even with Sancho. Like, we're at that point now.
Yeah, we
If he
all
wants
know you
his
hate
5
Sancho.
mil,
No, bro, this
just
guy,
give
man,
him
let
his
Sancho
5
do
mil. Let's just cut him.
No,
But
but seriously,
but how
you
do
should,
you-
you should be buying out contracts. I'm
That's
going to
what
be
I'm saying.
honest.
How
Yeah.
do
That's
you
what I'm
guys-
saying, cut the tie.
Yeah.
how do you guys feel? Where are you guys? It's still fairly early days in the transfer window.
Mm.
But are you guys nervous that cool? You got a lot of players that you need to get rid. Are you? Is there part of you thinking, wow, who are we going to be having when the season starts?
I'm surprisingly calm, you know. I don't know why I'm calm. And people think I'm even like, as I said, the United fans like I've talked so many people off the ledge this week. It's been crazy, but I'm actually surprisingly calm. I think like last season was a bad season, but like a very, very bad season. But what I would say is I think a lot of the players weren't playing to their level and probably out of form. Like the guys like Xerxes, who I was waxing lyrical about the season before and saying I'm excited about this guy. Like he didn't look like any sort of a player that I saw at Bologna that I wanted to come into the club. You've got like Mainu who didn't have a great season last season either. Like there's a lot of guys that didn't have great seasons that I'm hoping come in the season and play better. Like that. And it's I don't know if I'm in the now or what, but like they've come back, they've looked a hell of a lot fitter than
I was
they were.
going to say, the photos they're trying to push
Well,
out.
who, apart from Casemiro, who else?
Casemiro, Shaw,
Euro looked
Agate,
Maino.
Sure.
Steve.
They got
Lacey,
him
like-
again.
we won.
They got him again.
Like, honestly, no, it
Four
looks
two
like
times,
these guys
shame
are
on
like
you.
different players, man. So as I said, I'm optimistic, and it might be delusional optimism, but we'll see. Like,
Can I tell you
our
something?
first game is against you in it, like
Yeah.
so. Let's see how that goes in. That's gonna be the truth.
Oh my God.
I reckon
Yeah,
what's happened
literally.
here, yeah. And I think, you know, like when you've like genuinely hit rock bottom, like that, and I'm not even trolling you. Like, I'm telling you, this is where I think your mindset is at. You've got so low that, bro, like you've got nothing else to look forward to than to look up. Like you can't get any lower, really. Because are you going to get relegated? Probably not.
No, we're not going to get it.
Exactly. So all you're thinking is like, okay, we've got Arsenal. This is a great litmus test for us. I know whether I can just forget about football this season or have they give me something to look forward to. Right now, you've got absolutely nothing to get you any lower because you can't get any lower than where you are right now. So it's like going to like, have you ever like you're quite successful. Everyone here is successful to some degree, yeah, but have you ever like sometimes just like gone on road and sometimes just looked at like someone who's probably They're apparently less fortunate than you. Like they might appear homeless or they're just drunk and they're just having a whale of a time. Like go to Catford in the morning on a Saturday.
Wow.
I just look, yeah, and just
I'm waiting for him to land.
no, but like, bro, just go Catford and you'll see them. They're wave. They're having a great time. There's a huddle of them. They're talking. They're just having a great time, and you're looking at them thinking, is this it for you? Yeah, you might be looking at them thinking like that, but bro, they look like they're having the greatest time. That to us, you might think, oh, these guys look like that they should be in. They should probably be in a bit more crisis mode than they are. As in, so basically, how I relate this is, I'm looking at you as you need to be in a bit more crisis mode than you are, right?
Well, I'm not.
But you're not, and
not.
they're not. They're just very happy.
Yeah,
You got to remain positive,
It's called
man.
being numb, bro. You're numb to it.
And
that's why you have to take these substances to numb yourself.
And
I don't
exactly.
think I'm like, basically, last season, at the beginning, the top of the season, based on the squad we currently have, we pretty much have the same squad. I said Man United will finish in the top 4, and if I look at everyone's predictions, everyone put Man United in the top 4.
No.
Where'd you put Man United?
Not top 4, bro.
Where'd you put
I think 6, maybe 6, bro.
I'll check you. Maybe you might be the only one. But last season was exceptionally bad. I can't see it being as bad as it was last season. And I think if the players play to their level, they'll do all right. I mean, they got to Europa League final, for instance. Like, so it's evident in the fact that they've got ability to turn up at times. But the problem with Man United last season was the inconsistency in their performance. We beat these guys. We knocked these guys at their FA Cup.
Referring to Arsenal.
Yeah, we drew them in the Premier League. We obviously, huh?
That was penalties.
But I'm saying, but we can do it. Is what I'm saying. There was performances last season that we
Wasn't we a man down as well?
You know what it is? No, it's not like penalties isn't like a thing. Like, cool, they actually beat Arsenal and knocked Arsenal out of the FA Cup. But Jeezy's basically saying that, because once upon a time we all thought Manchester United might be in the top 4 or top 6.
I'm not saying
they're going to magically just go from 15th to maybe there now.
How? What I'm saying
Jeezy?
is, but last season there was a level of inconsistencies in performances, but there was times when we showed up and we respected ourselves.
So what's going to bridge that gap?
But to your point,
Who knows?
But you're saying, Shrav, but they are at rock bottom. So all they can do is look up. So
they might as well.
But that's the point. That's the analogy I was trying to land, but you lot weren't trying to get it. Like
But you could have said it just like
he's
that.
numbing himself. He's numbing himself.
not.
bro.
At the end of the day, if we don't sign any
I've
strikers,
seen you before when you've numbed yourself. And this is the same.
if we don't sign any strikers, we're going to be in the same predicament.
But even if you sign a striker,
Nah, it's not just Cunha. You need
where are you shopping? So it's not going to be
free, bro. If we need to get free, we need to need people in.
Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, we need strikers.
Ralovic is, I think, is gonna.
No, he's going to Saudi Arabia, bro.
What, the Juventus?
For
Vlahovic.
Apparently his contract's going to be ripped up. Apparently, I think they're going to pay him out, and he's going to be available. And I think he's been offered. We've been offered a couple.
Wait,
of guys.
so how much do you think you're going to have to pay Vlahovic and then fall right back into the same vicious cycle?
What do you mean?
Trying to get out?
Wages? How much do you think he's on in Italy, bro?
No, coming to you, bro.
No, but how much do you think he's in Italy?
It doesn't matter how much he's on, bro. He could be on 30k, bro. But to go to Man United, bro, when you could go Saudi Arabia,
He'll go Saudi Arabia, and we're not gonna fight for him, bro.
no, because you're mentioning him coming to us. Like, the only way he's gonna.
I'm saying
even if
I'm saying
came.
he was offered to us, and what I'm saying is in Italy he's probably on at most 100k. Like if he's offered to us and we present, I say 150 for instance, and he doesn't accept it, then go, bruv. It's like Osherman. Osherman's been offered to us, and I think his wage demands are not something we're willing to pay, and we haven't followed through with the
Osman, I can understand. He's getting paid bank.
Osherman would be great. Osherman is probably a guy I'd probably break the bank for, but
let's get back into the
So essentially, Stella asked where we would be shopping. So you're going to be shopping in the bargain bucket because if you're going to be,
I put Vlahovic in that bargain bucket. Lewin, I've heard.
Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin been linked.
So why are you like not in crisis mode like Dre, man?
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
He wants
the words that's coming out of his mouth.
Crash out, but
I don't want you to crash out. I'm just saying the words that's coming out of your mouth sounds like someone that is defeated.
No,
but you're telling me that you're you're happy.
You want me to be defeated, but I'm saying I'm not there yet.
So you're in bargain
I'm
bucket. You're
not
talking.
there.
You've mentioned Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You're saying
I didn't mention him.
You're saying Vlahovic has got his contract as cut out. I'm just saying.
You want me to crash out?
No, I'm just
listen. We've got here at the beginning of the season. Let's see what happens then, and then when we're in the pod, we can reference back to this.
You don't believe that. You don't believe
let's
that.
get-
I don't think we can.
Okay,
No, but you don't
boys.
Hey,
This is crazy.
hey, listeners, yeah, he's got this glassy look in it.
Yeah. There's nothing behind it. There's
Hang on.
nothing going on
They
there,
can see
bro.
the video, my guy.
But you know what's mad as well? With all the players that we're gonna sell, you watch what's gonna happen. It's gonna be, when next do that sale, and everyone rushes in and just pulls it. It's like already reduced.
Not at your club, buddy.
No, but bro, when it's
Not at your
reduced,
club,
they're
buddy.
gonna do that.
Not at your club, bro.
It's gonna be like 20 mils, 20
Hey,
mils.
these United fans, they
Let's
don't
move on now.
realise how finished they are. He thinks that anyone wants their players. Hey, Leeds don't even want their players. Ain't not even the relegation clubs are
No,
coming
they
in.
do.
Silly goat.
Hey, I got news for you. Not your club, buddy.
So Joe, let's be quick. We need to wrap it up.
Oh yeah. Quick round up.
You haven't been there for a while. Obviously, you guys signed Wirtz.
Yeah, White's,
Frimpong,
Frimpong, Kirkes, and a couple other periphery players.
Yeah, and you're hopeful of Isak.
I don't know. To be fair, completely honest, but I
Tell
feel
us what you said
what
outside about Newcastle signing.
No, I'm not. But some people have been talking about maybe us getting Isak because Newcastle are going to get Ekitike. Because I don't think they're going to have Ekitike and Isak. But
Why not though? Why can't they?
Yeah.
why would they though? Why would Ekitike, who's been bossing at Frankfurt, go and hold bench?
Maybe they play two strikers.
They're the same player.
And he can play White. He can play
yeah,
White as
exactly.
well.
No,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
can,
right,
but like,
And
So
Isak
it's
was
better-
injured
better
a
than
lot
second-
last
better than
year.
Harvey
So they
Barnes.
can
All
rotate.
due respect to Harvey
Yeah, he
Barnes.
can rotate.
why? How's he better than Harvey Barnes? Just proven in the Premier League.
He's better than Harvey Barnes, bro.
How, bro? I'm not saying he's not, but how is he better than Harvey Barnes
Goals, isn't it, bro? Shit, he scored more goals than Harvey Barnes last season. What do you want
in the
from me?
Premier League?
He scored more
Stand on,
goals.
bro.
He scored more goals.
But
But he
not-
hasn't played in the Premier League, bro.
That's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
hey,
So how can you say
stay
he's better than
on
Harvey
track.
Barnes? But this is what I'm saying.
I'm gonna need you to
How
stay
can
on
you be
track.
better than Harvey Barnes? But anyway, my point is that I don't think it's ideal for a striker to go to another club where a striker who's higher valued than you. Yeah. But in terms of Liverpool, we got to offload guys, man. Like I watched a friendly yesterday.
How was that? What's the score?
2-1. Chiesa started up front.
Did you buy him or was he on loan?
We bought him for 13 mil.
Okay.
So he started up front, and then I just started getting a bit of panic came over me. What, Arsenal are securing this guy, João Pedro banged them 2 goals and is banging up all these other teams. It's getting a bit scary, innit? So I'm thinking, shit, do we have what we need? And then obviously we need to offload Chiesa because Nunes started the second half, banged the goal, whatever, and got an assist.
Do you think you would keep Nunes?
I think it could go to that. Somebody said something about Salah cutting his hair and having a worldie of a season. And then,
But apparently,
Wow.
when the last time Nunes cut his hair, that's when he had that season at Benfica.
that got him, that tricked us into signing him.
Oh, was Nunes cut his hair? Yeah.
Yeah, he cut his hair, yeah.
Oh, that makes 2, y'all, huh?
Hey, what hair, bro? No, but I do think we could end up with Nunes at the start of the season. I actually wouldn't be mad as long as we signed another striker. To be completely honest, man. But we look like we need to offload loads of players before. And we got Harvey Elliott.
Why do you
Bendo.
not think he's weren't in for like Sesko or Gyökeres or what?
They might still be, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
don't
feel like Liverpool might be.
The way Liverpool move, Richard Hughes and them man move, they kind of move in silence, innit,
Yeah.
man? So I genuinely have no idea, innit? I'm still shocked at the works.
How do you feel if he was to get like Sesko? Because he's got the link with Klopp, right? Because Klopp is at the Leipzig, or is it Red Bull?
Yeah, Red Bull.
Yeah,
I think he'd be a good purchase.
I think it'd be a good purchase, but I don't think these guys, after spending 150 on...
Yeah, it would be a lot of money when
but-
it
So why do you think
don't
you're going to spend 150 on Isak?
Hmm?
Why do you think you're spending 150 on Isak then?
Well, Isak's is proven in the Premier League, innit?
Okay.
As-
Yeah, you
Premier
can
League,
rationalise it more.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
with Sesko, you probably could get him for like 80, 90.
Yeah,
but do we need him for 80, 90? That's the question, innit? We probably could, but do we need him? But I think, obviously, we've got players who are linked with exits as well. We've got Luis Diaz as well.
That means you don't need to make quite a few signings.
And then obviously,
potential striker,
God rest
winger.
his soul, Diogo Jota needs to be replaced as well, man. So there's a bit of a job, an unforeseen job as well.
Can Diaz be convinced to stay?
I think not that he can be convinced to stay, but I think the same as Konate as well, who's in his last year of his contract, they can be held at the club, bro. Like if we kept Diaz to the end of his contract, bro, it's not going to damage us if we sell him at the end. Or if he goes on a free, we would have gotten the value out of him the same way we did for all our other free contracts.
So are you panicking that you, based on the amount of bodies you have to potentially bring in, I'm
not panicking. I'm like MJ. I'm like Marley. I'm starting to numb to the situation.
Yeah, but you did say, what did he say? I think you're not serious if you don't bring in all your signings before pre-season. And but obviously there's unforeseen circumstances where apparently, I don't know how true it is because it's not been officially reported. I think the link Marley shared about the Diaz exit was from a reputable German journalist, but I haven't seen it on any other sources. So let's say, for example, the Diaz one was serious. That's only just broken recently. Yeah.
And obviously Diogo Jota, unforeseen circumstances. So that would be my thingy. But yeah, like ideally you want to get all your guys in by at least the second week of preseason, because you said transfer window's just open. Bro, we've got like 4 weeks, bro, until the league starts. So
I said that like 3 weeks ago when he was complaining. I didn't say that last week or whatever.
Time still doesn't wait for no man.
But
you want your guys to go on tour. We want to secure our people.
So
by
I
the
think
19th.
But to your point, as long as they're here before pre-season, that's the most important thing. Now, obviously, second best is that they come before the season starts. But But I was saying that 3 weeks ago, and most of these signings are going to come before pre-season.
Yeah, hopefully.
Exactly.
If we can get them all in by Saturday, then.
But yeah, on my list is a left winger, probably 2 strikers if the exits happen, centre back, 1 or 2 centre backs, and
these are starters.
These are
Why 1 or
starters.
2? For Konate, because he's
Gerard Concer's gone, and we need somebody to fill in for Konate
You'll get
as well.
Gay, won't you?
Let's see.
How much more money do you think you're spending this summer?
Well, bro, we haven't spent money. Remember, our PSR is crazy. Our net spend as a club is crazy. And we've got players to offload, like Harvey Elliott and all these other guys, like round foot. We sold Kwanzaa
That's
for 40
potentially
million.
a lot of players coming in, and that's first team players, right?
Yeah. So, but this is, me personally, the retention of this Premier League is very unlikely.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna break it to you that you lot ain't gonna defend your Premier League.
It's unlikely because statistically it's hard to do. It's unlikely because this is gonna be Slot's first season building the team at Liverpool. So, like, obviously I didn't expect it last season, but now I'm expecting it even less if I'm gonna be honest. But it's just a better challenge for him to surmount if possible, man.
Yeah. Cool. Let's wrap it up there because we're getting close to time. So let's do our back pages. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'm gonna give our back pages. I'm gonna step outside of football. I'm gonna go into the boxing world. You know, I love my boxing. So there's like a dude here called Edgar Berlanga. He talks a lot of crap here. He's a New Yorker, and he was fighting a guy called Hamza Shiraz, Pakistani dude, but he's a British representative. Yeah, Frank Warren's fighter. And like the build up. If you caught it, brilliant. If you didn't, even if you ain't watched the fight, just watch how Edgar Berlanga was talking shit. Even go to the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne and DJ Envy and whatnot, and just see how he was talking about what he was gonna do to Hamza Shiraz, bruv. Hamza Shiraz fucked him up, bro. You might have to bleep the swearing, but yeah, Hamza Shiraz dealt with him, bro. And it was a destructive performance. It was great. It took him a round or 2 to get his feet, and then bro, really dealt with him, man. My back pages get to Hamza Shiraz for a brilliant performance against Edgar Berlanga, and man, I think he's now definitely become a UK superstar in boxing still, man. So you might hear more about this dude still.
Cool.
So yeah, that's my back pages.
Jerry?
Yeah, Enzo Maresca, man. Nice and simple, man. Great job, man.
Dre, man?
Donald Trump.
No, for sure.
This guy,
Simple.
I think he won the whole tournament himself, bro, the way he was
Literally.
moving. But you know what? Honourable mention to Sanchez, because he also was like Golden Glove in that competition as well.
Yeah.
Which was crazy for me when I was reading that stat. So
Might show the level of the competition.
could do, but it could also show he's not actually as bad as we think he is. I don't know.
Are you not surprised that
He
Cole
is.
Palmer was player of the tournament?
Yeah, it was Cole Palmer.
Yeah, were you that surprised by that?
Yeah, a little bit, but
You know, the finals is heavily weighted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Messi in the team tournament as well. So that you can't really take.
No,
Bro,
come on,
and-
man.
and
Let's not
they-
disrespect.
Even though we were
let's see.
talking about the way the teams were selected for it, Inter Miami should not have been in it. Even if you go by the way it was selected.
Yeah, why were they in it? Because they suck, bro.
They should have never
Yeah.
entered this tournament, bro. So yeah, that's why I didn't respect it at all.
Yeah. Marley?
I'll go for Casado.
Yeah, all Chelsea related. I'll give mine to Chelsea as a club. I read that they're the only team to have like basically won all the international cups twice, apart from the Conference League. But they were in there.
they won
once.
everything.
But they won everything. Whatever it's called. World Club, World Cup. Won that twice. Champions League twice. Europa League twice. Cup Winners' Cup twice. Super Cup twice. Yeah, so.
What are you saying about Enzo Maresca? He's is that his name? Enzo Maresca.
Maresca, yeah.
He's obviously he's won 2 trophies in his first season. What are you saying for like people like me that obviously has become tired of Mikel Arteta? Can you maybe understand it a little bit more now when you see guys that have come into a club, and can you understand it a little bit more, or are you still thinking whatever you think of me?
What I would say, yeah. Loose cannons, baby. You can talk on it there. On that note. Guys, we'll be back again next week. Like, comment, and share. Thank you.